All right, welcome in, everyone. Hello, I am your host, Tanya TKO, and I am a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments for what self-love or self-abuse looks like in your life. And today I have a highly requested video that you all requested months ago, and I said I was going to do it, but I never got a chance to do it. It's the video of this young lady who was riding around in the car. Now, you all, especially if you are Cynthia G fans, you have seen this video time and time again. This one right here of the girl riding in the car with the guy, and she says that attention from black men is not a badge of honor. So you remember this.
So small, it becomes kind of like more valuable to some people because it's less.
No, I think it's an opposite. I think it's an opposite effect. Like
because of the scarcity.
If you grow up as a white girl,
yes,
and you get attention from black guys,
yes,
in my experience and all the other white girls that I know, we don't think that getting attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort.
All right. So this is the sound clip that many people have played over and over. It went viral in the beginning of this year or around Christmas time. And I said I was going to do it. It's a relaxing day today. Make sure that you like, subscribe. It's a relaxing day today. So we're just going to sit back, enjoy this video. It's an hour-long video, so set aside about 2 hours for this video. We're just going to get into it. Have your snacks ready. Get ready to get your lunch, or just sit back and analyze this video with me, because there's so much in this. And I'm telling you, if you just go from channel to channel and watch black female content creators, you will see that there are different people at different stages of waking up. You don't have to agree with everything that everybody says, but there will be little points that'll come out, that'll gravitate out and resonate in your spirit for what you need to do in your own life. I come at it from a self-love angle. And for black women, the self-love lesson that I see in this video, especially when we have a series of videos where black men are like, what do you bring to the table? You ain't this, you ain't that. You've hit the wall. You need to be this age. You need to have this much money. You're going to die alone. You're average at best. Sign language, this, that, and the other, right? Is for you to just take a step back and realize that it's not personal, but there are some things that these people are going through that has nothing to do with you. All right, so should we do a little bit of an intro? I'm feeling a little laid back today, but we'll go ahead and we'll do our intro in. Come on, let's go. Everybody, welcome. Text notification squad, get ready to throw up your 10s. I want to see who is in the house. If you're a part of the text notification squad, you're a select group of people who get a text message 15 minutes before I go live. You come out, you hang out, you listen to the music. Today we were working out together during the 15 minutes, and I'm so happy for you all. Go ahead and throw up your number 10s. You all are the MVPs who make this content possible. Listen, if you don't like my content, don't watch it. If you like my content, support it. Support the content creators who are making the content that you love to watch. That way they can keep making more of it. And protect your peace. If you find content that is not peaceful to you, that you don't find relevant or pertinent, hey, welcome in, Miss Dara, Shanice, Robert Cole, Catherine, Mrs. W. Welcome in, Max. Welcome into all of the people. And if you'd like to join the text notification squad, there are more than 600 of us now. The link is in the description. It's only $1.99 a month, or $22 for the year if you're in the US, or $50 for the year, or $4.99 if you're outside of the US. I am sending texts to over 220 countries across the US. So get your text, because we make videos at different times of the day. So depending on your zone, you may be able to get your text when you're waking up or about to go to bed, or if you work late or whatever, different times. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome. I appreciate you all so much. So if you're ready to get into this video, I am ready too. All right, so we heard the soundbite where she was talking about it's not a badge of honor to get attention from black men. But how did they get to this point? How did they get there? How did they get there? So we're going to go to the very beginning of the video where they're driving around, and I am going to point out different things that I want you to pay attention to in this video. The sad part about it is that this video was a tremendous L for this man, but he doesn't even see it. He doesn't even see how much of an L it is for him. So let's go. Let's continue. Look.
Look, we got all the toys.
He just finished buying her the latest iPhone at that time when this came out. Let's go way back to the very beginning so that you can hear him talking about how he just finished tricking off on her. Let's continue.
DreAllDay.com.
Work on your game.
Testing, 1, 2. Everybody can hear me out there. This is Dre All Day. Y'all know me. We're back with the Anna and Dre Show, another installment. How you doing, Anna?
Look, he's talking about it's the Anna and Dre Show, and she looks up like, huh, what? Like he's giving her. This is just too much. This is too much. Let's All right. So he's giving her propers and creator and producer credits on his show, and she's just so stunned. She's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, ha, this fool. Listen.
Hi, everybody.
We just came from getting ourselves some. Can you show them the new toy?
Oh. So look. We got all the toys.
We got some new devices. Business write-offs, tax write-offs.
For sure.
We need these for business because the 6 Plus was ridiculously useless after the iOS.
So
upgrade.
he's funneling money from his business, calling this phone a business write-off. She's not your employee. This is not a business write-off. This is a trick-off. But that's fine. Let's continue.
We've been talking about this here today. And first of all, from our last episode, shout out to LeVar Ball. Shout out to Leangelo Ball, because he's the one who helped me out. I'm gonna tell you how he helped me out. Because he went to China and stole something, right? Then he got arrested. Then UCLA brought him home, or Donald Trump, or LeVar, whoever you believe. He gets suspended at UCLA. LeVar got mad, pulled Leangelo out of UCLA, and then he's like, look, I got 2 kids not in school. I'm gonna send them overseas. So when he decided to send them overseas, obviously everybody's watching LeVar because he draws attention. So all these people start Googling overseas basketball. When you Google overseas basketball, you see my website too.
What are you talking about?
LeVar Ball brought a ton of traffic. D'Angelo, thank you for stealing shit in China. Because we brought a ton of traffic to DreAllDay.com. And we got a bunch
Somehow he was associated with the whole. I feel like his sound. Why is his sound not coming through in the captions? Is he that mush mouth that the captions can't pick it up? All right, so I moved the comments part over so that you all can see the shape that she's in, see the boxes and stuff on her lap, see how she's really focusing on that. Some of you are saying that she looks a little aged. Look, you can never really tell with some of these when they don't really have the melanin, you can't really tell how old they are sometimes because listen, let's continue.
LeVar, you made me money. I am a big baller because LeVar helped me make money. All right, so now that we got that out the way, we ain't gonna ask Anna about LeVar.
I think I said enough.
Yeah, she said enough about LeVar.
Yeah.
Today, the reason while we're here today, I'm trying to remember why I don't even know how the fuck I looked up this article. I was looking up something online today because I want y'all to understand where this came from. I'm looking up something online. I'm using the Face ID on my phone. And yes, I am reading websites and driving. I'm alright, I'm a pro with this. But anyway, don't do this at home. I'm reading I can't even remember why I was looking at it. I'll remember in a moment. But anyway, there's this article I'm looking at right now that says 9 myths about white girls who date black guys.
Oh my God.
9 myths about white girls dating black guys. But I want to talk about this because I like this conversation. This is a conversation a lot of people don't want to have. Alright? And we're going to go through all 9 of these myths. And some black guys don't want to have this when a girl will call them out on this. Like when I was in college, for example, just to give y'all some context, and we're gonna let Anna give y'all context too. When I was in college, I went to Penn State. All right, now Penn State is a whole bunch of white girls. All right, and it ain't that many.
I'm sorry, she looks every bit of 47 to me. Every long, hard year of 47 to me. But, you know, some people tend to look 10 years older, so she could be 37. He looks about 24, 25, 27, 29 at the most, maybe, or a young-looking 34. Listen, let's continue. I'm going to do my makeup because I want to do some other videos today, so we might as well just listen and continue on.
Black guys, relatively speaking. So at Penn State, listen, I messed with a lot of white girls when I was at Penn State. Some black girls too, but it was just more white girls there. So I mean, that's just what it is. It's just a numbers game, for lack of a better term. But there would be some black chicks. I remember when I was a senior, for example, there were some black chicks who were like freshmen or sophomore. And I'm having a conversation with them, not trying to talk to them. We having a conversation. They was like, why do so many of these black dudes be messing with white girls? Why don't they be talking to no black girls? All I see is these dudes talking to all the white girls. And let me not say that. Many black girls whom I've met or had conversations with will have that mindset. Either they got like this attitude or they...
This nigga, excuse my language, but I don't really care. This N-word. Let me tell you something. You know, I'm just going to wet my sponge, use some of my drinking water. Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right, listen. These N-words love to bring black women up into their conversations, right? Look at her face when he's talking about black women. Look. I mean, they love to be able to bring up these comparisons. They love to keep our names in their mouths. They just can't leave us alone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what? I want to do that video with the woman who's at the bar trying to goad this black man into talking about black women. That's why I'm doing my makeup. We're going to do a lot of videos today. We're going to catch up on a lot of these viral stories since it's an easy Sunday. Let's continue.
Me not say that. Many black girls whom I've met or had conversations with will have that mindset. Either they got like this attitude or they take their little tiny experience of life, which is definitely not all of life, just a little bit that they know about. And they like, oh, well, every time I see a black dude, he was some white girl. I had some white woman say to me, white woman that I'm cool with, she said to me, Dre, why do black guys always be dating these white girls that don't even look good? What's wrong with them? Do they not have confidence? They can't find any black girls? And I had to explain to her, like, listen, whatever it is that you saw that made you think of that ain't all of the world. That's just what you saw. But anyway, I'm going to talk about that a little bit more when we get to one of these myths.
As he sits there with a woman who looks 13 years his senior, reaping the benefits of some arbitrary business that took place. I mean, come on. It's like, leave us out of your mouth. This is what I'm saying. Black women, you need to wake the F up because these men put batteries in these girls' backs. And then you know what we're going to do today? We're going to do a lot of videos today. And if you don't see me do these videos, you make sure you stay on me to get these videos done. Like the young lady, shout out to the young lady who made the comment and was like, where is this video? I want to do the video on, remember that couple with that man who was dating, the black man who was dating that decrepit looking white woman. We need to do an update on that. There's a lot of videos we need to do an update on. Not only that, another slavery themed music video of black men dancing with bandages on as a white man whips them. Listen, let's continue. Remind me that these are videos that need to get done. If they don't get done today, they must get done.
Because I've read this article already. And earlier this afternoon, again, just to give y'all full context, I told Anna I was reading this article and I was going to go over it with her. But then I said, you know what? We need to do this on camera. So she doesn't even know what these are.
I have no idea what he read.
Yeah, she doesn't know what these are. I read it already. She didn't. Y'all don't know about it. I'm going to go over it right now. So actually, before we get right into it.
And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with looking 49. Ain't nothing wrong with looking 47. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with looking 47. But 47 hard years? I mean, it depends on, you could be, look, Angela Bassett, but we don't know what she's doing behind the scenes in terms of work or makeup or anything like that. But Ain't nothing wrong with looking 47. I mean, Angela Bassett looks about 47. I mean, even though she's closer to 67, but that's fine. Let's go. Let's go.
Tell us, Anna, what's your experience with black guys?
Oh, now that you turn the camera on, why don't I just say everything? You are my experience with the black guy.
All right, so I'm going first.
That's not what I said.
Okay. All right, we ain't gonna go there. All right,
Oh, Lord, so he don't want to go there. She said, ha, 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 you want to talk about my experience with black guys? And she says, you are my experience with black guys. And she says, and so he says, oh, so I'm your first. And she's like, ha, ha, ha. And he's like, oh, we ain't going to go there. Look at his face and look at her face. She's like, Negro, don't ask. You don't want to know. But what, here.
Right now, so let's get, well, actually, before we get right into it, tell us, Anna, what's your experience with black guys?
Oh, now that you turn the camera on, why don't I just say everything? You are my experience with the black guy.
All right, so I'm going first.
That's not what I said.
Okay. All right, we ain't gonna go there. All right, have you ever found yourself having like black girls or white girls? You're not technically a white girl though. You're from Europe.
I am Eastern European.
But you're the actual real Caucasian.
I am the real Caucasian because I am from Georgia, and Georgia is located right in Caucasia, by Caucasian mountains. So
Georgia the country, not Georgia.
Georgia the country in Europe. It's okay. Eastern Europe. So officially, Eastern European and a true Caucasian, if you will.
I just need to zoom
but I
in
don't
on this
identify myself with white. What we refer to white people in America is different than what Europeans refer to as being white.
What do Europe?
How old do you think this woman is? I'm saying.
So Europeans
with the light on her
to
face.
White as skin color. So if you're fair skinned, or if you're not like beyond olive, darker than olive
skin,
then you're white. But
I don't know why she's not saying she's not white.
You would be African American.
No, I mean if I was from your country, but my skin was like this, what would I be?
You would be black.
They would call me black.
Yes.
Even though we're both from the same country.
Yes.
And you would be white.
Yeah, so they differentiate the skin color. But in America, what I found out, if you are called a white person, it's not just about skin color, it's also about like culture, right?
Yeah, it's like a way of being.
Yeah.
Culture is the best word.
Yeah,
yes.
it's culturally defined, rather than in Europe, it's just defined literally by how you
your
look.
Actual skin color.
Yeah, by your skin color.
That's where it started with that, but then we kind of made it other things.
Yeah.
That's how you get.
But nobody else has the same definition for white people as we do in America.
Right. Only America does.
Yeah.
Yes. And only in America do we go when we already got $1,000 devices and go to the store and spend more money on another $1,000 device.
Yes.
So he spent more than $1,000 on this device for her.
Racism, not racism like in a negative way, but we make a lot of things about race for us. A lot of things about consuming for us. This is just what we do. This is the American way of living.
And so somebody peeped that he's trying to see whether or not he could be raceless or considered by the country or not be black. And he was just trying. You heard him. You could go back and listen to it. I'm not really. There's just so much in here. I just don't want this video to be more than 2 hours. So let's continue.
And if you live in America, you understand this. All right, now let's get right into these points, these 9 myths about. But actually, the question, you didn't actually answer the question I wanted to ask you was, have you ever found yourself being stigmatized or have some black chicks roll their eyes at you, or white guys or white girl, anybody of any other race roll their eyes at you because they know?
Cynthia G says they get the same black men. In my opinion, they get worse black men. I'm sorry. Because they get black men who are so self-hating that they're running I've had white girls on Facebook come to me. This is how I used to stay getting suspended on Facebook, because they would think because they gargle on black nuts at night, or because a black man shot up inside of them and produce some biracial babies, that they have the ability to speak on black culture because some black man put the battery in their back, and they can speak on black men and how on the proud black man that they have. I'm sorry, no. They don't realize that they get the black men who want to be with a person who has no melanin. You're not getting the best black man. You're not. I'm sorry. A person who specifically seeks out to be with another person because they have no melanin, that's self-hate. I'm sorry. Prove me wrong. Go ahead.
So you either attracted or you were attracted to a black guy?
Yes, and yes.
All right, tell us
all the time
how that happens. What happens?
So now he wants her to tell stories about black women.
Have had reactions about me being attracted to or
drawing attraction
from black guys. Yes, I actually had a girlfriend who was white, technically white, and she would, everywhere we go, and any guy that would speak to me who was white, I guess she was not a real girlfriend, but she would yell out, well, she only likes black guys, and that was not even true, but she would like call me out on it publicly.
In front of the guy?
Yeah, in front of the guy.
What would the guy say?
So the guy would act kind of shocked. You know, he would try not to act shocked, but he would be shocked most of the time. But shock was like, why are you telling me this? And is this really true? Like, there was like a double shock going on there. But
how would you respond?
There was that experience. I actually had to have a conversation with her and say, you know, what is that about? Why are you saying that? What are you trying to help me or hurt me? And what's it to you? So I had a conversation and I had to kind of put the brakes on that shit.
So that girl, did she date black guys?
No, she did not.
Okay, so you think she might be a little bit jealous that black guys like you?
Who knows? I still don't know to this day what her agenda was. But that was one of the experiences, and also...
So she was cock blocking. I mean, we can call that's cock blocking.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I think when I think about it,
No, she was speaking and trying to let the people know she's damaged goods. That's what she was doing. She wanted to let them know that she has tainted herself with black men, and she's letting prospective daters know this woman has been tainted. Listen, this is what she was doing.
It was.
So she's like, listen, you may not listen. You know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. Let's continue.
No, it's white cuts. She's trying to keep you from getting a white.
Yeah, I think it was a jealousy in general. I think she was jealous.
Yeah.
From
he's trying to convince her.
It was not about.
All right.
See.
So she was just trying to stop you from getting
attention.
More attention.
Attention. Period. It didn't matter where it came from. I think that's what it was.
We want to call her name out. So we
don't want to call her name out.
We don't call her name out.
This guy is ridiculous.
If I was the person I'd call you, I'll put your name on the fucking video. But anyway, Anna's nice.
No, if she's listening to it, she knows because she did it all the time. But I still have love for her. No, I hope she learned a thing or two since then, though.
So nice. See, this is why I date her, so I can develop more as a person. I'm not that nice. I'll fucking shit all over you on video. I'll do it to your face too.
Yeah, but that's probably true, what you said about me, but I also learned things from you. When you're in a relationship, that person is like your spiritual lesson.
All right, name one thing you learned from me that's not natural to you.
I am very empathetic, but in some cases I shouldn't be, so I learned the opposite from you. When to be tougher and when to be an asshole, yeah.
So he taught her how to lack empathy. The fuck are we listening to? Let me just continue, go forward. You heard that right. He taught her how to lack empathy.
It's like your spiritual lesson.
Name one thing you learned from me that's not natural to you.
I am very empathetic, but in some cases I shouldn't be, so I learned the opposite from you. When to be tougher and when to be an asshole, yeah.
I'll have no problem being an asshole.
Yeah, and sometimes I should be, and I'm not one, so...
I think we all should be assholes more. We get a lot more done. That's just my opinion. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a different episode. Now, today we're talking about the 9 myths, supposed myths about white girls who date black guys. Here's the number one.
Can't wait to hear
now, this first one, this one didn't really hit with me, but the other 8 did. So let's go to this first one first. First one is all white girls who date black guys are fat. F-A-T, fat.
Am I fat?
No.
No, I'm far from fat.
But
Fat? No. But I don't want to be ageist. So let me just close my mouth. Because the vast majority of my fan base, the women are between the ages of 35 and 45. So I don't want you to mistake me saying that, no, the vast majority are between 25 and 45, my fan base, right? There's some women who are older than that, some are younger. So I don't want you to mistake my statements for being ageist. However, right? My only point in bringing it up is that these men have all of these requirements for you, because this man clearly looks 10 to 15 years younger than her, right? We don't know how old she is, and we don't know how old he is, but just from looking. However, they will posit that she is the prize with having to bring nothing to the table, not fertility, not youth, not money, not anything to the table but her white skin, because whiteness to them is the commodity, right? So they'll have all of these hoops for you to jump through. You need to be 25. You need to be this weight, this size, this, that. And listen, I have no issue with October, March, or December, January romances, however you want to put it. I don't know what the full name is. April, June romance, whatever the heck. October, June, whatever it is, right? I have no issues with older women dating younger men, right? I'm just tired of these men trying to throw these women into our faces, having all of these requirements for you, meanwhile having very little, very loose, non-existent requirements for other women, as they are sitting there feeling, and every woman should feel that she is the unabashed prize. Yes. You should feel that you are a prize with the man that you are with. You should feel coveted. You should feel wanted. You should feel all of those things. And I applaud that. I want her to feel coveted. I want her to feel wanted. This is not about her. This is really more about a genre of content where they have all of these requirements for you, but then will be sitting there with a woman 22 years older than what they say you, quote unquote, hit the wall at. Meanwhile, May, December romance, is that what it's called? Okay.
Now, on this note, remember I told you that white woman I was cool with, she had wrote me once, and she's not, I'm talking about, she's old, she's like my mom's age. She's not that old, but she's a generation above me. And she was like, Dre, why do black guys who are fairly attractive be dating these fat, out of shape, nasty looking white girls? And she was from like the middle of the country. I'm not gonna say what state, but she lives in the middle of America. I thought you shout people out. So I think that's just her experience, what she sees. And I corrected her and told her, like, yo, where you live, how many black guys do you actually see on a daily basis? Like 2 or 3. And usually it's what happens when human beings, they'll see somebody do something, or a certain type of person do something like twice. And then they'll generalize all people who are like that.
And then it becomes a confirmation bias. They just define the whole world like that.
Exactly. So she probably seen like 2 black dudes with a fat white girl, and then she's like,
it's not even about being fat. It's about getting people who are not the pick of the litter in their community. In the white community, obese white women are not the pick of the litter. In the white community, a woman who may be past a certain age may not be the pick of the litter. So you fit into that stereotype, Andre, when you're sitting there with a woman who looks like she's a generation above you, just like the other woman that you said that you were speaking to, whom you said you call people out and name them by names, but you're not naming her, right? But here, you're with a woman who clearly looks, side by side, I'm sorry, in certain light, she looks 50, 55. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't try to act like you did not get a woman who is no longer truly prized in her community. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Am I being cruel? Check me. If I'm being cruel, check me.
White, and she's dating me. She's not fat. I'm not fat, but we are fat. PHAT, not FAT. You know that kind of fat?
Yes, baby fat.
Yeah, well, I guess fat meaning good, though, that kind of fat.
Baby PHAT, whatever.
Yeah, but fat meaning, I don't know what that means.
Just get to the next point, brother.
Not fat and like.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right. So the first one is they're all fat. So you got anything to say to that?
First of all, when it
I'm not
starts
fat,
with
but I
all
do
this,
look
all that, it's automatically
premenopausal.
you know that's not true.
Well, this whole
Yeah.
video is gonna be.
But also, I mean, I think I know what she's referring to. Like, I've seen the couples that she probably describes. I've seen that happen, and I have sometimes questioned, like, why are these two people even dating?
Why do you question?
know
But-
why?
Questions like there was such a contrast between like physical appearance of the two people.
So you're saying fairly good-looking black guy,
Yeah.
but an ugly white girl.
Yeah,
That's fat.
with a obese.
A fat white girl. Just
Yeah,
say fat.
yeah,
We can just call it. Listen,
big
on this
fat
show,
girl.
we gonna say what the fuck it is.
Okay, fine. So big fat girl.
Yeah, because that's the myth that we're addressing is fat.
Yes.
All right, so since we just saying it like it is, then since we just using the word, he's with an old-looking white girl. I mean, come on. Come on. He's with an old-looking, aged white girl. She doesn't look fresh and vibrant. She looks like her fertility is dwindling down, like she has more fertile years behind her than in front of her. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Don't try to act like you have hit the dating lottery because a person is white. Listen, the older a woman is, the less fertile she is. I understand this as a woman who is aging. So stop pretending as if you got the young, fertile, vibrant, juicy, plump pick of the litter when you have a white girl who is is teetering on the last few years of her fertility. And you're just happy to be with her. Come on. Let's continue.
So I've seen what she's talking about, but I don't think it's true all the time, obviously.
Anything else?
No, nothing
Okay.
else. So it's not a real.
All right, so that's number one. That's the softball, Anna. All right, now let's get into the meat of this whole thing.
Okay.
Number 2 through 9. Number 2 is white girls who date black guys have daddy issues.
No, they hustlers and they know when to find
No.
a good lollipop to suck, a sucker to lick,
A lot of
as
people
Cynthia
have
G
daddy
puts
issues,
it.
boys and girls.
All right, let me tell you my context first, and then you're gonna give me
Yeah.
yours, so you get some time to think, marinate on this, because I read it already, so it wouldn't be fair to make you rapid fire.
Okay.
I got stories that I can never tell on YouTube.
Of course
about
you couldn't.
White girls who very clearly did have daddy issues. Not that they came out and told me directly, but I mean, if you read about people who have daddy issues and the type of ways they react to things, the type of things they say, the type of things that they accept and tolerate, I know what it looks like, I know what it sounds like. And I've known many white girls who did have some daddy issues who were into black guys, but at the same time, there are also white girls who got daddy issues who ain't into black guys. So
right.
this is not, I don't really like this. This whole article is a bunch of generalizations, but that's why we're talking about it. So we ain't got to keep saying they're generalizations because we already know that they are.
Yeah.
But I have seen that. And there are a couple instances I'm thinking of immediately, but I can't talk about them because we just can't talk about them. So
Right, I
what
thought you
got to
shout
say?
people out. I thought you call them by name.
I don't think it's true. A lot of people have daddy issues, like I said, boys and girls.
Thanks.
And matter of fact, like more people than we all think do have daddy issues. We all have issues from our parents. And so I don't think it even applies in the context of what we're talking about. Like, what does that have to do with dating black guys?
So basically,
Daddy issue. You can have a daddy issue, and
they say it's to lash out at the dad, to show the dad that you're in control of your life and you're going to go date a guy that the dad probably would not have.
A man that the community has already deemed lesser than, and by all intents and purposes have reduced you beneath the level of an animal. That a woman who has some sort of issues with her father or his lack of being there or whatnot would go and throw her body onto a man that society deemed 3/5 of a human fucking being. Okay? So yes, there are many girls out there who, one, their father was not around. Two, he wasn't SHIT to begin with. So she's lashing out and showing him that she can go destroy herself or destroy her reputation, ruin the family name by being with a man deemed an animal, and they're lesser than an animal, that dogs are given more prevalence in society too. Because if people saw a dog shot down in the street, they would have more empathy for the dog than they do for the constant parade, the constant procession of black male hashtags that we have to contend with in this country. That they would have done something about it if the police were shooting a dog a day. Come on. Let's not act like this isn't what it is.
Oh, I see. So they're rebellious. So it's like
rebelling against dad by
rebelling
getting
against
me with a black
dads. Okay, when you said daddy issues, that means something different to me.
guy. Okay. But that's the context that I'm going to give it. They didn't say that, but I'm going to give it that context. It's the Dre all day champ.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like really twisted thing to me. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I happen
Like
to
your
believe for
European
some
father,
women that's true. See, this article
like
is
your
about
European father
this
is
does not apply
okay.
to all white girls who date black.
Listen, let me tell you something, and I'm so glad we're doing this video. You know, they know that in order to be able to be accepted by a white girl's family, that they either have to accept their busted, broke down, and disgusted daughter. They either have to accept her in all her big fluffiness and be like, oh, you're the prize, you're the queen, and treat her as such. Or, right? They have so much money that the family is then convinced like, okay, well, you're worthy. But you just can't come as your normal self, not looking with your ET cheekbones and all of that. No.
Guys, but there are some who do mess with black guys almost exclusively who that is one of their things. I don't know if that's the reason why, because I don't ask, but there are some girls who do fit that description, but it does not apply to all of them. Does that apply to you?
No, it does not.
So you're not dating me to get back at your dad?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, because you just bought her $1,000 phone. Her father's probably
they
happy
say that white
that
girls
you're able
who
to
date black
trick off on
guys
her
are trying
daughter.
to prove that they're not racist. Are you racist?
Oh my God. They're trying to prove that they're not racist.
Are you racist? You notice she didn't answer the question. Now that's one of the.
She probably calls you the N-word in bed.
That's
Shut
like a
up.
sign of evasion or deceit.
Oh my God.
You asked the question.
We've been together for so long. Do I have to answer that question?
Wait, y'all still notice she didn't answer. Are you racist?
It's just funny to me. No, I'm not a racist.
Now, see, usually people deny shit when they actually are, so they say no.
Listen.
So, all right.
Usually people that are racist call other people racist. How about that?
That's facts. Okay, so
zip
all
the lip.
All right, so whatever black guys you've ever dated or went on a date with, give your number to, were you trying to prove you weren't racist? Is that the reason why you gave me your number? Or were you actually attracted to me?
No, I would not compromise my personal values just to prove something to somebody else. Whether it's my dad or public.
So how do you prove that you're not racist?
I don't need to prove that.
So you're not dating black guys to prove that you're not racist?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay, let me think if I have any. I don't know if I should say this on. No, I shouldn't say it. All right, we'll move on to number 4. All right.
He was going to talk about how she calls him the N-word in bed.
For those of you who came in the middle of that, so we're talking about myths. This is from some article that I found online, somebody's blog post. Myths about white girls who date black guys, and we're addressing it because we got a white girl dating a black guy. And on this channel, we talk about the shit that everybody wants to talk about, but people be afraid to talk about. That's
the thing that you're going to get embarrassed to have mentioned. Watch.
Males and females. Somewhere that a female perspective can be different than just having me as the talking head talking on this channel. Number 4. We may come back to that last one, though, that they're trying to prove that they're not racist.
Okay.
Obviously, he feels some sort of way.
Fuck that. Let's talk about it.
See? He feels some sort of way. Look her face.
All right, Tommy Lauren on TV. No, actually, no, we shouldn't talk about it. I got to consider politics at some points. All right, number 4.
So he got
all
too
white
scared
girls
to
who date black guys.
You see how you got too scared to talk about Republicans, right?
Black girls.
Why are you still mentioning
you're
black
than
women?
Black women, and that's why you go take their men from them.
They're
oh my
men.
God, that is so ridiculous.
Negro, you ain't our men.
Ridiculous to me.
All right, let me get my context.
Go ahead. The whole statement, like I'm better than black girls. What does that even mean?
Because you taking their men, like You took an eligible black man out of the talent pool. Wait,
no.
by dating me, you.
I'm sorry. They done made me mess up my doggone eyeliner. It looked like the bunny slopes at a broke down park. This is. Why is he still trying to goad her into talking about black women, talking about you? Listen, the caliber that you are, son. Let me just say, son, the caliber that you are. Listen, let me tell you something, motherfucker. Let me tell you something. Let me just explain this to you in case you did not effing know, right? Black women are the blueprint. Black women are the original. Black women are the ones that other cultures and ethnicities of women draw from for their beauty standards from us. Listen, you know what the effing deal is. You know what it is. And if there were black women that truly, truly, truly wanted you, gorgeous, beautiful, eligible, amazing black women, truly, truly, truly wanted you, and you decided that you were going to abscond from the caress and loving warm embrace of a sister, right? To run towards a person with no melanin for the mere fact that they had no melanin, that shows right there your lack of self-love. Come on. It's because you're not really truly desired. You're not really truly desired. Come on. Please. I'm looking at you, son. Please, come on. We have lost my eyeliner now. Unbelievable. Let's continue.
You had taken the eligible black man out of the talent pool for black women that
you was not in no damn talent pool, son. You look
women
awful.
Out there thinking that way.
Let me just show you what this man look. Can you see him? He's in the lurches. I'm gonna leave this and let this play here so that when the light shines on, you could see. He looked like he got knock knees. Come on.
Women out there thinking that.
Please stop dating, period. You don't need to be with another person, period.
But how are they going to have kids and satisfy their
You don't
sexual
need to.
urges?
If that's how you think, you shouldn't procreate or be with another person. You need to go deal with your own issues.
You need to go to a Tony Robbins concert.
No, you need to go to a psychotherapy, not Tony Robbins.
You need to go to
That's
a psychotherapy.
ridiculous.
Well, all right, my context on this, yes, there are, not yes that this is true, but there are black women out there who, when they see a eligible black guy means like he's fairly attractive. He looks like he's a candidate. Like he's someone that she could be interested in if she learned about him, and she sees that he's dating a white chick. It don't happen that much in a place like Miami, but let's say
it's not happening that much anywhere,
but
honey.
years past. I wouldn't even say in the time that we've known each other.
They was
but
not
before
talking
it became
about you, son.
more normalized, like eye rolls, girls giving you the side eye, or especially
they may
if there's a
have
group of
been
black chicks
fucking
together,
eye
and this is
rolling
not
at you because you're fucking steering them now. We've already talked about this already. Black men who walk out here with white women, they'd be staring you down in your damn face looking for a reaction. They'd be like wanting you to have a reaction. Just like Alphonse Ribeiro, hoping that some black woman has some feeling about him and his corny Carlton ass with some white woman and a bunch of children that don't look like him. Come on, it's unbelievable. It's like they probably rolling their eyes at you because, nigga, let me ask you this question. How do you know that they're rolling their eyes at you if you're not fucking staring them down, Dre? Andre, help us understand. How do you know what's going on in a black woman's face? If you're with your woman, you should be concentrating on her. Why is it that already out of 8 questions, 3 of them already have black women coming out of your mouth? Oh my Lord.
Not to generalize all black women. This is just some isolated experiences I've had. Because the last thing I want is some black women mad at me because I'm saying this. So I'm not saying that black women. I love black women. My mom's black. My sister's black. All right, my grandma's black. All right, now.
I want to know the joke. He said, I love black women. My mom's black. My sister's the black. And she starts laughing. He starts laughing. Let me rewind that. What's that?
But years passed. I wouldn't even say as in the time that we've known each other, but before it became more normalized, like eye rolls, girls giving you the side eye, or especially if there's a group of black chicks together. And this is not to generalize all black women. This is just some isolated experiences I've had. Because the last thing I want is some black women mad at me.
You just
I'm saying this. So I'm not saying that black women. I love black women. My mom's black. My sister's black. All right, my grandma's black. Right,
I don't understand the joke.
Is your mom black?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I'm not mixed. So I have seen this in isolated incidents. I want to make sure I'm emphasizing that phrase for somebody come in the comments talking stupid.
My Lord.
Isolated
No one wants
incidents
to
I
come
have
into
seen
the
black women,
comments.
because this is the thing, Anna. Black women, in my experience, the ones I've come across, usually only date black men. So they are limited to black men
You
only.
hear this, ladies?
But
Please
a white
don't
girl
limit
who
yourself.
will date black guys could date white men and black men. So they got a much larger pool of talent to choose from. While the black women only have this pool. And then here come you, the snow princess, stealing talent out of her talent pool. So that's why a black woman, not all black women, again,
He's
not
still
all,
talking about black
but
women.
I can see why a black woman could be kind of like feeling some type of way about that.
Let me tell you something, buddy. Let me tell you something, buddy. Look at his shorts bunched up between his bussy down there. Listen. No. Who is looking at this union rolling their eyes? Come on. If anything, I'm high-fiving her. Shake him down. Turn him upside down into his pockets. Look like rabbit ears. Shake it all out. Get your iPhones. Get your cars. Get your boobs done. Get your microdermaplaning and, on the neck too, honey. And the décolleté, décolletage. I don't know the French words. But just get it. Get it done, girl. Get your apartment paid for. Get all the stuff that you need. If you find yourself a sucker, lick them till you reach the center. It's as simple as that. Don't nobody feel no type of way. Get him for all it is that he's worth. I'd love to see if they're still together and if this man put a worthy ring on it. Come on.
Type of way about that, because like, yo, this is all I got to choose from. Why you taking from mine, but you could be taking from yours? When y'all like 8% of the population, we only 14%, but you gonna take.
He doesn't even know what proportion of the population that are. White people are only 60% of the population. 67, I believe. Come on.
Talent pool instead of dipping in your own. What is that about? That's what she want to know. What's up with these white bitches?
Yeah, I'm experienced it on.
You see him, what's up with these white bitches? Now he's trying to add some stank on a situation where there isn't any. Come on, now you trying to talk for black women? What black woman told you that they were upset that you was with this chick? Come on, stop this madness. Have him.
On myself, actually, that has happened to me. I've got eye rolls. So I was in New York City, and
shout out to New York. This
was before me and you, and I was walking together with a guy who was black, and we were just walking, and he went inside the store, and I waited outside, and some girls passed by in Brooklyn. And I thought that my life was threatened there for a
bit. Oh, listen, I'm trying to control myself. She thought her life was threatened in Brooklyn. Let me tell you something, chick. I'm from New York. The type of woman, let me tell you something. The type of woman in Brooklyn who your life would truly be threatened by would not care, would not want the type of man who would want you. Listen, what made you feel that your life was threatened, Trick, and you still here walking the earth? Come on, did none of those people have no problem with you? But obviously being goaded in this conversation, you pretending as if somebody had a damn problem with you. Come on. Yo vivo en Nueva York. Yo estoy aquí. Nobody here has any issue with people because, listen, You don't know who's Spanish, black, white, whatever inside this country. Come on, I mean, inside this city. Come on, wasn't nobody looking at you and you felt like your life was freaking threatened. Because trust me, Trick, if it was, you would have been beat down. You would have been telling the story about how you got picked up off the ground. Not, I felt my life was this close to being beat up because I was with a black man who was inside the store who they didn't know I was with. If he was already in the store, come on. Well, they were against you because you were probably there clutching onto your Louis purse, looking around, looking up and down at people. And that's probably what got you into some issues. You probably looked lost. And he did not have enough respect for you not to bring you into an area where you would look out of place. Let's go back just a little.
Walking, and he went inside the store, and I waited outside, and some girls passed by in Brooklyn. And I thought that my life was threatened there for like a mini second there because of the looks that they gave me. They just gave me looks, and at the time I didn't speak a very good English, so I didn't understand what they were saying. Something under their breath. They were saying something under their breath.
And they were talking about you.
Oh my God. Oh my God, this is just sick. This is sick. Anna, let me explain something to you as a New Yorker. Let me explain something to you as a New Yorker. Let me just say this, my dear, right? If you passed by a group of black women in Brooklyn who had a problem with you, they wouldn't be speaking under their fucking breath. Let me just say that to you. Because if they had a problem with you, you would have known about it and found out about it, and the problem would have been made very apparent to you. As simple as that. You were staring in their faces looking for an issue. And that's why you were all up in their faces trying to talk about they rolled their eyes at you, and you just happened to claim that you were there with some black man who was already in the effing store. Them not bother with you. They did not care about you. They were probably like, why is this stanky looking white chick staring us down? Or why is this vagrant staring us down? Who knows? Or maybe they were like, please don't ask us for change as they were passing by. Because honey, from the looks of you, if you had a brown paper bag and an overcoat, I would not, listen, let me not. Because if you know like I know, see, I don't want to listen. Cause let me just continue forward. I'm sorry. Let me just go forward because I'm about to say some stuff that's going to be very, very reckless. Cause I'm sorry. You know what? I'm going to say it anyway. She looks like her breath smells like vomit and alcohol. I'm sorry. This is just my take and my opinion. It looks like her breath smells like vomit, alcohol, and chewed up dried pills in the back. That's what it looks like to me. And I got nothing against this chick, but nobody was passing by having any type of feeling about you being with some black man outside a store that they didn't even see him walk into. By her own account. Let's continue. This is just too ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I had a strong sense that they were talking about me. I don't know what they said. But
she didn't speak any English.
Looks were so, they were glaring at me, and it was just obvious to me that they were not happy. And they witnessed him going in the store, and they knew we were together. At least
no, they didn't.
Together.
They were absolutely not happy, and they definitely were talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely, they were. And
hashtag facts.
I remember that, and it didn't feel good. And to me, I felt like, what's your problem? You know, like
you're dipping in their talent pool.
Yeah, and I think that's like such a small-minded thing. Small-minded person does that because it's not about that. It's really not about your pool or my pool.
So what would you say? Let's say there's a black girl watching this and she's like in love with me through YouTube.
She's not.
And she's mad because I'm taken because I'm dating you. How would you counsel this woman? because she's like, damn, that's another
He
eligible black
wants
guy.
her. He wants her to try to say stuff to black women
You're
now.
looking at your limitations and what you cannot achieve, who you cannot get, rather than saying like, okay,
I just want you to look at this woman, honey. Those who are interested in you, this is not what. Listen, come on. Let me just zoom in on her for you. I just want you to look at her. Look at her neck. Look at the gaps and the divots in her cheeks. The folded over skin. And this is with her with makeup on. I just want you to look. The under her eyes. I just need you to look. Because you talking about limitations, dear. No. I just want you to look. Just look. That's all I want is just for you to look. I just want you to look. All under here, just look. Just look. All over here, just look. Just look. Go ahead, finish talking to us and give us the lessons for how it is that you feel that we should feel. Go ahead.
am I the type of person who the person that I like will be attracted to? Like, why don't you work on your own goddamn self rather than looking at other couples and saying, oh, yeah,
She done lost it. So he has now, look at his face. He has goaded her into now trying to talk to black women. Sis, don't do it. Don't let him goad you into fuckery. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's not a battle that you want to take on, my dear. You don't have the temerity. You don't have the constitution to be able to stand up to the pressure from black women. You really don't. Don't put black women in your mouth. Don't do it. Just let him talk his shit and realize that he's a bitch ass nigga and go find yourself somebody else after you shake his pockets clean, because he obviously is obsessed with black women. That's not the type of black man that you want. You don't want the type of black man who in a car ride is obsessed and continuing to talk about black women. Come on. Come on, let's continue going forward. Let's continue.
your girl is taking you away from my pool. Like, that's
Or
not
work
even
on your
fair.
game also.
Yeah, work on your mind and work on everything. Work on you rather than looking at other people and saying that they're stealing something from you. It's the same shit that happens. It happens in every environment. It happens in business environment, in other environments where like you're looking at what you don't have and why you don't have it. You're making excuses for yourself to be stuck where you are.
So you're
So
looking
does that
on.
mean that if you like this guy and he's coupled up with a white girl, does that mean that you cannot get another black girl? Black guy?
Well, what I heard,
She wants a black
Steph
woman
Curry
herself,
say, 'cause
apparently.
people always ask Steph Curry because for those who don't, you may not know, Steph Curry used to have a contract that was below market value. He was getting paid less than he could actually be making. And when people would ask him about it, he said, "My father always told me never look at another person's plate. Don't look at what's on somebody else's plate. Worry about what's on your plate."
Nobody is looking at your
And that's
plate,
basically
hon.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
To not think in
God.
a scarcity terms of, damn, like that's the only black guy and more important. Instead of looking at what somebody else has, work on your
I just want him.
work on your everything.
Work
We got
on your-
work.
I just want you to take a look at his face. We've looked at hers. I just want you to take a look at his. I just want you to look. I just want you to look. Now, I like pronounced cheekbones as much as the next person, but his E.T. Skeletor face, who is really, come on.
Work on your game. Work on your everything. So you ain't got to worry about who another chick got.
And he seems angry by it. Honey, why are you not unbothered? What the F are you talking about? What is he, look his face. Ladies, are you beating down any doors to get to this? With this big ass hat on? Is anybody beating down the doors to get to him? Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable.
Black guy and more important. Instead of looking at what somebody else has, work on your everything.
Work
We got
on your
work on your
everything.
game. Work on your everything. So you ain't got to worry about who another chick got.
Exactly.
Don't be mad because the other bitches got.
And also, like, stop judging people because you don't know that couple. You don't know why they're together. You have
We
no
really
idea what kind of
don't.
experiences maybe that guy or
This guy is going. I just want you to look at his face. We're gonna have to go back because you just need to look at the faces that he's making. He's having a visceral reaction, visceral, and I don't understand why. Why? Just be happy with your white chick and go on. You don't see black women who are with white men talking about black men. You're moot and irrelevant. But he just continues to keep us in his mouth. Look.
About what's on your plate.
Exactly.
And that's basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
To not think in a scarcity terms of, damn, like that's the only black guy, and more important, instead of looking at what somebody else has, work on your everything. We got to work on your game, work on your everything, so you ain't got to worry about who another chick got.
Exactly.
Don't be mad because the other bitches got.
And also, like, stop judging people because you don't know that couple. You don't know why they're together. You have no idea what kind of experiences maybe that guy or that girl had and why they're together. Because you're judging them from everything that you don't know about them. It's just not fair. You don't know their life. You don't know who they are and why they're together. You don't even know if you're really gonna like that guy. Maybe he's not even the guy for you.
Maybe he's a jerk.
Yeah, maybe he's a jerk, and if you were together with him, you would be so miserable. So, but now here you are making up this whole big freaking blow up the story that doesn't even exist, and now you're living in that story, and now you're treating other people with that shit that doesn't exist.
You sound like you thought about this before.
No, I'm thinking about it right now. I never actually thought about it, but that's how preposterous and idiotic that is. Like, you can't think that way.
How do you really feel?
That's why you don't have what you want, because you think this way. That's all I gotta say.
How do you really feel about it?
He's trying to goad her, but honey, don't do it.
So you don't feel like you're better than black chicks?
How could she
you know what?
feel
Any
that?
chick that thinks that way, I think I'm better than her in terms of how I think, because I don't think that way. So that's
How
your
could
answer. Black,
you see?
white,
He's
red,
trying
doesn't matter.
to. Oh my God! He's trying to get her to say some shit that he was hoping and salivating with his balls just fibrillate, hoping that she would say. So you don't think you better than some black chick? How could she? How could she? I mean, we've seen black women. We've seen that melanin. There is nobody on the face of the earth who truly understands, who could see a person that's melanin rich and think that their deficiency, that their recessivity is better than the original. There's no way. There's no way.
Sure, y'all don't take that out of context. Make sure you get the whole quote with all the words in it.
Yeah.
All right, that was number 4. So we're about halfway, almost.
Halfway, and 3 of the
5,
questions had black women
again,
mentioned.
We're talking about myths of white girls who date black guys, if these are actual myths.
This is not fake because he gets embarrassed.
A fetish for you. This is like some fantasy that you just wanted to fulfill to see if
For some people
it
is.
Black guy's penis is actually true, or do you actually like a black guy? Do you actually like me, or is it just to find out?
Myth about penis? A penis myth?
Yeah, don't act like you don't know what it is.
No, is it like that, or is it about something else about a black guy?
Is it just the fetish? Kind of like, what's this chick's name off Sex and the City? What's her name? Samantha. So some women just have a fetish like, yo, I just want to see, what it's like to be with a black guy. It's kind of like walking on a tightrope. It's like doing some dangerous thing one time just to see what it's like. So is that what it is
like
for
a
you?
Thrill of it.
Yeah. Am I just a fling for you?
Oh.
Am I just a piece of meat?
She ain't answered yet.
You've been a really good fling, though.
So, and she even confirmed he's just a fucking fling.
Let's stay flings.
She confirmed he's a fling.
Let's never lose the fling side. You can never lose the fling side if you're in a relationship.
You see her confirming.
Yes.
No, you're not just a fling. I actually like you.
Okay, prove it.
I already have proven it.
All right, so it's not just a fetish for you to date.
No.
Do you think?
I'm sure there's some women to whom it's like it's been such they've been brought up in such a different world and they've never even considered it, and once they stepped out of that world, I'm sure they considered it as a thrill. I'm sure there are women like that. It's just not me.
Women like what?
Who grew up in a different environment. They've never.
What's a different environment?
Meaning they've never had a chance, or they were brought up not to date black guys, and when they have an opportunity to do so, they do, and they're curious about it, so they go ahead and do it.
So you think there are some women who are just curious about black guys, and so they do it just to see?
Yeah.
You were never curious about black guys?
To me, it wasn't about the race. To me, it was all about.
So you don't see color.
No, I
So
don't.
you're like Tommy Lauren. You don't see color.
No, I don't see color.
Okay.
I see
And he doesn't
color,
realize what
but
an
I
insult
see-
it is.
I don't.
So how you drive
I
a car?
don't.
How
I
you
don't
stop at the
focus on
stoplight?
color. I see color. Of course, I see color.
Okay, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
focus on color.
All right, number 6, and we're talking myths. White girls who date black guys. Number 6 is a white girl who dates black guys is trying to rebel against society. She's like standing out and lose the attention.
That's the same
that she gives.
type of question like
Does
about her
that apply to
father.
you?
No, it does not apply to me. However, I think there are people like that too.
I've known
Oh
some
my
white
God,
girls
this
who.
is-
We even would have a conversation about something like that. They
Sorry.
would say, you know, I've never dated a black guy before, or I've never been with a black guy, or nobody from where I'm from dates black guys. And then they would say what I feel like they want to say to somebody else, but they be telling me like, I can date whoever I want. If I want to mess with a black guy, I'll mess with a black guy. I don't care what anybody thinks.
Right.
And they would be saying it to me, but you ever had somebody saying something to you, but you know they're not really talking to you?
Yeah.
They really telling you what they wish they could say to
Like how
somebody
you
else.
sitting there
Right.
with
Maybe
her,
society
but
or
constantly
whatever.
thinking about black
That-
women.
So
Yes,
that
of course.
doesn't apply to you. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you're saying,
No. Well, no, it doesn't apply to me. But the way I always thought is kind of sort of like you described, but I didn't have to voice it. Like I just live my life and I do what I feel is good for me and good for greater good, not just myself. So
Let me pause this. There was a comment that came across the screen from a person by the name of Mel Omo who says, y'all want a real man but wear fake hair. You know, there are so many European beauty standard people, right? Who act like we just got here. Let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something right off the fucking bat so that you understand where the fuck I'm coming from, right? Let me just say this so that you understand and that you can look me in my face while I say this to you, right? Black hair, Negroid hair, Afro hair, however you want to put it, is the strongest, most resilient, most versatile hair that can go into any shape because the Negroid being is the original being, right? Do you think that people who have Afro hair woke up one day and was like, oh, we don't like this, we like straight hair? No, there have been hundreds of years of the savagery and barbarism of rabid Europeans who traveled around the world harming people to get them to adopt not only their European God, right? But also their European standard of beauty. And people like you benefit from being on the hierarchy of that quote unquote standard of beauty. But watch and see as people begin to wake up. Watch and see as people begin to wake up. Because you see, right? Black women can manipulate and do whatever it is that they do to their hair to make their hair have less of a curl pattern, right? But there's really not much that you can do when the Negroid and African standard of beauty begins to take shape. You already see it beginning to happen, right? You see the girls shading themselves darker and getting the fuller lips, and they are the, how do you put this? The imitation of origination. And let them continue, because why would a person get a knockoff, right? With some lips that have to be injected so that you're sitting out there on Love Island in the sun and your fillers burst out of your lips. Your whole face is scabbed up. Why? Why deal with that with the person who is trying to transform themselves into a Nubian goddess rather than just go to the original source? So continue with the tans, continue with the lips, continue with the BBLs, continue with all of that. Darken yourself up, right? Because the genetic coding that you have does not produce the original. It doesn't. So yes, there are a lot of people who are asleep and they're like, oh, you know, And I know that somebody is going to say something about my golden hair. Go ahead. Prove to me that people with dark skin don't naturally grow golden hair. Prove to me that there are only certain people who grow golden hair. Prove that to me. And if you can prove that to me, then I will attribute my golden hair to anybody else except for my mitochondrial Eve gene, the basis for every feature that exists out here. Go ahead, say it, so that I can correct you on the spot. Prove. Let's continue going forward. I want somebody to prove it.
To me, I don't see color in that way. I don't define people as, oh, he's black or he's white and it's good to date him or it's good not to date him according to the color that he is. So.
Okay, so you're not rebelling against society. You like what you like they said in the race.
Because if you rebel against society, then you have to suppress what you like. Is it at the expense of what you like? Or if when you rebel against society and it goes along with what you like, then you're still being true to yourself. But stay true to yourself. Do what you actually like to do. And that's my case. Like if I'm dating a black guy and that means that I'm rebelling against society.
Yeah.
But I
actually boring.
But you actually like black guys.
Yeah, but I'm actually in tune with myself. I do what's true to me.
So you're not doing it to rebel against society.
No.
That's the question.
No, I'm not doing it to rebel.
You're not doing it to stand out and get attention.
No, absolutely
So you're not dating me just for the attention.
No.
Okay. Number
Any
7.
attention she get won't be
Almost
good
home,
attention.
Midst of almost home, literally.
But actually, can I say something else? So, but there are also people who they might like black guys, but they will not date them because if they rebel against society, there will be less opportunities for them. There will be society. They're afraid to be looked at a certain way, so they think some things are going to be shut down for them.
She admits this out loud. Look, she admits it out loud. That getting with black men lessens their chances and opportunities to be with the men that they truly desire, the men who have the money, the men who have the power in this society, the men who have the dominance. So they get into these relationships with these men who will be submissive to them and the power that they have that is passed down to them through their white men, right? Interesting.
They might have a certain reputation and they might think their reputation is going to be.
Listen, let's go back.
No.
Okay.
Let's go back. So
Number
you can hear
7.
that for yourself.
Almost home here. Midst of almost home, literally.
But actually, can I say something else? So, but there are also people who they might like black guys, but they will not date them because if they rebel against society, there will be less opportunities for them. There will be society. They're afraid to be looked at a certain way, so they think some things are going to be shut down for them. They might have a certain reputation, and they might think their reputation is going to be altered in some way.
Stained.
Stained. And I think that's a bigger problem. I think a lot of people fall into that category. And one way I rebel, if I do, is I never wanted to be that person. So I never wanted the color to stop me from.
So you're saying you rebel by not rebelling?
I rebel by not being that person who conforms to the society and says, oh, I actually want to date a black guy, but I can't because I'm going to be looked at a certain way. My reputation is going to be stained.
So she's slumming.
So
God damn. She is insulting him to his face, and he is too slow to realize it. She's insulting him. Did you all peep the insult? She's like, so she realizes that her worth is going down. She realizes that by dating him, he diminishes her value to rest of society. But she says that she will deal with that anyway. That she's okay. She's rebelling by, he's not hearing her insulting him. He's not hearing it. Let's go back just so you can hear yourself.
And I think that's a bigger problem. I think a lot of people fall into that category. And one way I rebel, if I do, is I never wanted to be that person. So I never wanted the color to stop me
Wait,
from.
so you're saying you rebel by not rebelling?
I rebel by not being that person who conforms to the society and says, oh, I actually want to date a black guy, but I can't because I'm going to be looked at a certain way. My reputation is going to be stained.
So she realizes that dating a black man is a stain on golly. And he's still sitting there. I wish we could see his face. I wish we could see his face. She admits, oh my gosh, it's a stain.
So how is that rebelling?
So,
Look, it's not important.
I'm not
semantics.
Look, the boy is shrinking. When my mother was alive, I was a little girl, right? And she used to grow these flowers in the backyard, right? These violets. And when the nighttime came, the violets would curl into themselves, right? I believe there's even a term called shrinking violets, right? This man, listen, his voice, his tonation, when he was talking about black women, he had all the puff in his chest, all the bass, using curse words and amping her up. Now that she's talking about how black men are a stain on the reputation of non-black women, a stain on the reputation of women who are valued in society. He's like, how is that? And then he's like, no, it's not important. It's not important. I'm going to rewind that so that you can hear, because he doesn't want to hear the truth. He doesn't want to hear the truth. Just like when she was like, he's her experience with black men, and he's like, oh, so I'm your first. And she's like, I didn't say that. And then he's like, oh, let's forget it. It's not important. Let's listen. Let's listen again. Listen. Listen to him. Turn it up if you need to, okay? I'm going to try turning it up all the way on my end so that you can hear. Okay, go ahead.
To the society and says, oh, I actually want to date a black guy, but I can't because I'm going to be looked at a certain way. My reputation is going to be stained.
So how is that rebelling?
So,
Look, it's not important. Semantics.
I'm not rebelling. I'm just saying.
Did you hear him say, oh, no, it's not important. It's not important. He's getting embarrassed now. No, this is real. People are asking if this is staged. No, it's not staged. This is real. Because now he's embarrassed, and you see that he's shrinking like a violet at night. Come on. Let's play some more.
Saying that a lot of people fall into that category, and I don't want to be that person.
All right, number 7.
You look.
All white girls who date black.
Look, no expounding, no nothing. He's like, number 7. He just wants to go on. He doesn't want her to expound. He doesn't want her to go on. Ugh. He's like, number 7. Hurry.
Guys have had bad experiences with white men, so you decided to never mess with white men again. True or false?
Oh, black girls?
No, a white girl who dates black guys has some
you
bad
hear
experience
her
with black.
talking about, oh, black girls? No, honey, leave us out of this boondoggle that you're in. You're in this boondoggle with this undesirable, corny ass dude. You're in this boondoggle, not us. Chiote. That's all I'm going to say. Chiote. That's all I'm going to say. You all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So he's talking about white girls now, and she's hearing black girls again.
All white girls who date black guys have had bad experiences with white men, so you decided to never mess with white men again. True or false?
Oh, black girls?
No, a white girl who dates black guys had some bad experience with black guys, with white guys. So she just went over to the black side and decided to never come back. Is that what happened to you?
No.
Did you have a bad experience with a white guy and then just said, fuck that, I'm going to dark meat and I'm staying there forever?
No, that is so silly. No.
Well, that's what the myth says. Now that one, I don't know too many white girls who fall into that.
I need you all to see that she's in a fetal position right now. Look. Her legs are curled up underneath her. Look, these are her legs right here. She's in a fetal position now with this conversation. She's uncomfortable. She's playing with her hair in the back. She's like, oh, just let this be over.
Category. But however, I'll tell you what I do know. I know some white girls who dated, they played the whole field. Like, they opened themselves up to the entire field. White guys, black guys,
the
and
whole
everything.
Field.
Dated black guys, had one too many black guys do them dirty or do them wrong in some way, and then they stop dating black guys, and then they end up marrying a white guy.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I
No,
could count.
they got your money. They shook you down for your money and all of the gifts and all that other stuff that you were going to trick off onto them. And when time came for them to get married, they moved to a different area where they didn't have the reputation of being an N-word effer or an N-word lover. And then they married a man. They didn't stay in the same area. They didn't. And they didn't produce any little pickney to go bring to some white man to raise a fluffy-headed child that you produced that you're not taking care of. They didn't do that. And if they did go and get the pickney, they already know that their options are limited with any other man wanting them, besides another black man who's like, oh, you produce pretty bobwicious babies. All right, come on, let's go.
I would need more than 2 hands to count how many white girls I've seen that happen to. Was dating a black guy. The black guy did something he wasn't supposed to do. And she was like, all right, I've been burned too many times by black guys. And one time could be too many for some women. And then they end up marrying. You see them on Facebook. They married to some white guy who looks like he came out the Abercrombie advertisement. You know Abercrombie?
Yeah, super white.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I have seen that. That does not apply to all white girls. Again, nothing I'm saying is applying to all. This is what I'm seeing in my experience. You got anything to add to that? Point number 7.
No, I've heard. I haven't met too many, but I haven't seen the experiences fold out in front of me. But I've had girls tell me that kind of stuff. So, I think it exists.
Okay, number 8. White girls who date black guys think they are too good for white guys, which is why they go to black guys. You think you're too good for white guys?
That doesn't even make sense. What does that even mean?
For example, a white girl.
This man does not understand that he is a glorified walking penis in the slums. That he is a walk on the slum side to try out some 3/5 of a human penis. He doesn't really understand. And black men are all too happy to pop their collars and talk about, but our penises are so big, right? He doesn't even realize. She's like, it doesn't even compute for her. Listen, this is the part that they use for all of the clips. You know what, as a matter of fact, as we get into that, let's read some apples. Lord have mercy. Niley and us were thinking the same thing at the same time. Lord have mercy. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to get the apples set up, but let me jump to a quick commercial break so that we can get the apples set up. So if you want your Cash App read, send it now, and I'll read it on the air when we come back from this commercial break.
Are you tired of missing Tanya TKO's live videos? Arriving late when the video is well underway or about to end? Are you fatigued of only seeing a live video randomly while perusing YouTube and Facebook? Or worse, randomly unsubscribed? Well, now you can get a text notification whenever I go live. No longer are we dependent on the algorithm of these fickle platforms. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $4.99 a month international, you get a personalized text message 15 minutes before each live show. Now, you can show up early with the Tech Squad, meet other people from all over the world, and get invited to secret broadcasts off-platform. Most importantly, support your favorite independent creator. Go to TanyaTKO.com and click on text. Join the TKO Tech Squad today. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $22 a year if you pay in advance, $4.99 a month international, $50 a year if you pay in advance, you'll never again be tardy to the party. I'll see you on the next broadcast. TanyaTKO.com/text. Are you tired of missing?
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. So today, if you're just coming in, so welcome to everybody who's here. There are 1,400 people on YouTube, 300 people on Facebook, and the people on Twitter dropped off. Come back, Twitter, come back. But we are broadcasting live on 4 different platforms. We are on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and we are live right now. We're getting ready to read the Cash Apples. The link to send a Cash App is in the description, and we're getting ready to read that right now. What is that I hear? welcome in, everybody. Welcome. For those of you who are just joining us, we are watching the video of you've seen the video. You've seen it. We showed it right before the commercial break, but we're going to jump right back to it now. So we are doing a oh wow, somebody said they did oh wow, there's a whole bunch that just came in during the commercial break. All right, let's start at the bottom of the hour. It was Lisa who says, "You're unstoppable." Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate the love. Thank you. We are unstoppable over here. We definitely are. Renisa sends $2 and says, "For exposing this imitation man's pussy." You know what? I cannot with you all. Not the imitation man pussy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Okay. So we have Jada that sends $1 and says they did a response video, quote unquote, for the haters. Oh, well, let's go get some popcorn and watch that after this video. Thank you for letting me know that, Jada, because I did not know. Thank you. Carrie Lee sends $2 and says, "I agree. She can keep him." Listen, and he can keep her. They deserve one another. The foolishness that I see in this boondoggle. Faith sends $5 and says, "I'm thinking a ninja man wrote that stupid list." You know what? Probably, because they seem to have a similar pathology to the women that they seem to covet, where they are obsessed with this whole color difference so that he can go in and submit to her superiority. Listen, buck breaking, buck dancing, and just bucking it up in the ear. Swanson sends $5 and says, "He's making the questions up. Where's the phone?" What? You know something, you doggone right. This man ain't reading no list. He's driving. Oh my God. You know what? Thank you. Thank you for that expose. Thank you. Thank you for that. I didn't even realize. You're right. He looked at the phone in the very beginning and then he just started coming up with these stuff off the top of his head. Yes, and then elaborating on the things he wanted to elaborate on, but not on the things he didn't want to hear more about. Latanya says, "E.T. phone home." You tell me. I'm going to pull up a picture of E.T. and put it next to this man. E.T. Let me see if it pulls. Oh, it still pulls up the animal. Not the animal, well, the creature. Not the, listen, when I said he looked like E.T., I was not trying to be mean. I'm really not. It's just that that's what E.T. looks like to me. Let me try to, okay, let me see if I click on the picture. Will it, listen. Okay, so I'm going to put these side by side and you tell me whether or not this is E.T. Okay? Let me refresh on the apples first. Oh, there's a few more apples that have come in, but we're going to look at that E.T. Dylan sends $2 and says, "React to Becky's business guide for Black people." Oh my God, I don't know what that is. You all have to send me the links. So listen, if you want to send me links for stories, the link is in the description, tanyatko.com/contact. You can just come to my website, tanyatko.com, click on contact and send the message to me. And if I'm interested in a story, I will write back to you. Please be prepared to answer questions. Because if I write back to you and I ask you, who is this person? Why should we care about their opinion? Like I went into a back and forth yesterday because people send me stories all the time. And I'm like, why should we care about this person's opinion? Because there's a lot of people out there, 7 billion people on the planet. Why do we care about one person's opinion? And so let me know in your point of view. There's 2 things you need to answer. What is the self-love lesson for Black women in relationships in that situation? And why should we care about that person's opinion? Because what we don't do is we don't give shine to people with small struggle platforms who are using Black women to build their base. Debasing Black women to build their base. No, we don't do that. So let's see. Lise sends 1111. Thank you for that. I've been seeing that number a lot lately, especially since my birthday manifestation time is right here. I'm in my solar return. Lying the most to get her bag. Hey, listen, let her get that bag. We with you, dear. Get it. Shake them down. Naya sends $5 and says, the Naker can't take a hint. Wahahaha. Listen, too funny. Too funny. Let's refresh and see if we have any more, but we'll come back in a few minutes to read those, the ones that come in after this. However, we're going to take a look at E.T. So, you know what? We can't see him. So we are at 34:45. So let's see if we can see in the early day when they were still driving. And you tell me whether or not he looks like E.T. to you. I'm not making this up. Does he look like E.T. to you? Does he? Does he? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. See, he was looking at his phone early, but look, does he? Listen, we already know. We know already. So let's get back. We were at 34. We were at, oh goodness, I'm sorry. Listen, we were at 34 something. We could just go to 34 and then just scroll up from there and then finish watching. How are you all doing out there? You all are doing all right? Welcome in. We are live right now. We do most of our videos live so that you are a part of the show. If you like the show and you benefit from any of the lessons and any of the videos, be sure to support the platform. You can support by sending a Cash App during the video and I read your comments live on air. You can also support by becoming a part of the text notification squad and getting a text message whenever I go live. That helps with, one, knowing how to contact me if any of these platforms ever act up. 2, they unsubscribe people randomly. You can always find my content again. And 3, you get an invitation with the direct link to the video, so you never miss another video. And so you're here to be here with people live in the moment. So thank you all so much for being here. You all are the MVPs. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's get back to his video. Lord of mercy.
That doesn't even make sense. What does that even mean?
Oh, yes, this is weird. This is here.
What I'm saying is applying to all. This is what I'm seeing in my experience. You got anything to add to that? Point number 7.
No, I haven't met too many.
Oh, let's go back a little bit more.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I can count. I would need more than 2 hands to count how many white girls I've seen that happen to. Was dating a black guy. The black guy did something he wasn't supposed to do. And she was like, all right, I've been burned too many times by black guys. And one time can be too many for some women. And then they end up marrying. You see them on Facebook. They married to some white guy who looks like he came out the Abercrombie advertisement. You know Abercrombie?
Yeah, super white.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I have seen that. That does not apply to all white girls. Again, nothing I'm saying is applying to all. This is what I'm seeing in my experience. You got anything to add to that? Point number 7.
No, I haven't met too many, but I haven't seen the experiences fold out in front of me, but I've had girls tell me that kind of
I
stuff.
feel like we went too far back.
I think it exists.
Okay, number 8. White girls who date black guys think they are too good for white guys, which is why they go to black guys. You think you're too good for white guys?
That doesn't even make sense. What does that even mean?
For example, a white girl, because this is the thing. Let me explain. This is what it means. A white girl, listen, I went to Penn State.
I'm sorry. I wanted to talk about those Abercrombie models because when I was young, I was like, you know what? If I ever did, date a white guy, it would be like a white guy, like an Abercrombie white guy, not I'm wearing my hat to the back with some fake Gucci Louis type white dude with an oversized sweatshirt. That wouldn't be. Not him. Oh, no. Like, some of it's like these men, they are so obsessed with black women that they get women who they feel can emulate the aesthetic that they love. Because listen, please. Talking about, do you think you better than? Never. They could never think that she could never think she was better than. Never. That's not, that question doesn't even make sense, right? They go and get the imitation. Like, if you're going to get a person who is proud of their culture and their heritage and living proudly in that, not somebody who doesn't like themselves and is trying to be something that they not. Like, listen, let's continue going forward. He's about to ask the foolish question now. Here, let's go. For
example, a white girl, because this is the thing. Let me explain. This This is what it means. A white girl, like, listen, I went to Penn State. I've seen all women of different shapes, sizes, colors. I've been to like 10 different countries. I've seen a lot.
10.
I've seen some girls who are not black, but they get attention. To me, especially at a place like Penn State, when a white girl is getting attention from black guys, it's kind of like an ego boost to the girl. She's getting attention from black guys. I had a white...
You know, of course there's an ego boost because she's been cast aside. She's been trashed by her own community, cast aside, and she's dateless. And here comes the desperado to give her the ego boost that she needs to get the money she can siphon from him, the attention that will blow her head back up so that she can get the battery back in her back to go after the men that she really wants. So yes, it is an ego boost when you've been thrown aside by the men in your own community. But what they don't realize is the things that these men are coveting you for are not prized in your community. They're coveting you for your white skin, for the DNA of the oppressor, to be a part of the European standard to erase his own blackness. But they're just judging you on your feminine value and worth in their community. And if you are a throwaway in your own community, of course you can get that ego boost from black men gassing your head up. Of course. Like this woman who would sit up there and talk about how she felt threatened by black women. Some black women whom she did not know, did not speak the language, and whom she was staring down on the outside of a store because when she came to this country and she had no money, couldn't speak the language, had no resources, no way to navigate, black men came and swooped in to save her. And so when she first came here, remember she said, when she first came here from Eastern Europe somewhere, impoverished most likely, looking for a come up, leaving or fleeing her own country, looking for a better life here. And she had that white skin. And a black man swooped in and saw the value and the worth in just the white skin. He didn't ask her what she could bring to the table, what job she had. What job did she really have coming here unable to speak the language from a poor Eastern European country? In Brooklyn. Come on, let's continue.
Penn State, when a white girl is getting attention from black guys, it's kind of like an ego boost to the girl.
Of course.
She's getting attention from black guys. I had a white girl say to me once, I know my ass got bigger over the summer because black guys are looking at me a whole lot more.
Now, when she say her ass got bigger over the summer, whiter, lumpier, come on, because we listen, we already listen. Oh, you cannot see. It's too bad. You cannot see. You can't because we know that it wasn't the type of big that people want to see. I know my ass got wider because now the black man is looking. Come on now. Come on. We know that it wasn't we know. Listen. We know it wasn't that curvature. We know it was not that. We know it wasn't that. We know it wasn't the dip in the back. We know it wasn't that. We know what it was. She started spreading from all that gook inside of the damn string bean casserole. She started widening and spreading. And then the black man said, oh, I know she's cast away. Oh, she's wide now. Wide load. Wide load coming through. Oh, I know they ain't gonna want her now. Let me get listen. I remember, those of you who have children, right? And they get these books in from the school, right? They get these books from the school and you learn all of these different things. How many of you know what a symbiotic relationship is? If you know what a symbiotic relationship is, put up the number 1. If you want me to teach you what symbioticism is, put up the number 2. All right? If you know what it is, put up a 1. If you need me to teach you, put up a 2, right? Oh my goodness, but your children, they come home from school and they have these books and you learn about what goes on in the animal kingdom because we are animals. We are animals. The vote, there's a little bit of a delay, so the vote is getting ready to start coming in. So let's look up. Let's see. Okay, so people know. So people know, okay, so people know what symbiotic relationship is. So somebody explain. Somebody explain what a symbiotic relationship is. Somebody explain it. I'll explain it to you, but I want you all to type so for the people to be able to read in the comments what symbioticism is, what the symbiotic relationship is, right? A symbiotic relationship is a relationship that exists between two animals in the animal kingdom where they're coexist together, and they help one another out, right? They help each other out in relationship to the relationship that they have with one another. Let's just explain. There's this bird, I can't think of the name, but it has a long beak, right? And it has a symbiotic relationship with alligators or crocodiles. I could never tell the difference between the two, but that's okay. Where the alligator will eat the food that it eats. And the bird will come and pick the food from between its teeth. The alligator gets to eat the food that it gets, and the bird gets to eat the food, the scraps that's left over, picking between the alligator's teeth, right? There's also a symbiotic relationship that exists between buzzards and other animals who eat, right? Who eat the main carcass, and then the buzzards start swarming when the maggots start to flow and that meat is rotting and dead on the ground, right? And so they get to come and they get to eat the stinky, funky meat that the hyenas and the lions and the wolves and the apex predators no longer want, right? You hear, well, you know where I'm going with this. You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going, right? You know where I'm going. Okay. All right. And there are dung beetles. Dung beetles now have a symbiotic relationship with the other animals who now leave their excrement on the ground, and then the dung beetles get to roll the dung and use the dung for what the dung beetle uses it for. You know where I'm going with this. So, her ass got wide over the summer, and she wide low coming through now. Wide load, boom, boom, boom. Now I know these niggas gonna want me now because the white guys done told me that I look like Pillsbury, and now they don't want me. But now let me swing this wide load in front of the Negro. And the Negro then picks off the scraps left behind by the apex male of the society. What she gets is she gets the adoration of this lesser male to exalt her and treat her like the queen that she feels that she should be treated like. And what he gets his proximity to the oppressor. He gets his proximity to whiteness. He gets to feel a little bit better about himself because then somebody wide load and all, wide load and all, shined their whiteness down on him, because to him, the whiteness is the commodity. You hear me? You hear me? You hear what I'm saying? You hear me? 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 All right, so you hear me. All right, so let's continue with this. Somebody said they craving Pillsbury biscuits. You know what I'm talking about, where it's just splatted out. Big white puffy dough spreading all over the place. Listen, let's continue going forward. I know I'm being rude today. Forgive me. Forgive me. And to anybody who feels that I am insulting them, then that means that it applies to you, and you probably have very good reason to feel insulted. I'm sorry, what can I say? What can I say? Let's continue going forward. I don't care. I got no chill today. Let's go forward.
More than they used to look at me before. It's like a badge of honor. And now, again, this is not applying to all white girls. I got to keep saying that because people take shit out of context, especially in YouTube. I've seen some white girls who looked at it as like a badge of honor when black guys were paying more attention to them. So therefore, and I've seen white girls who started getting it too
I don't like
bright.
this lighting.
Oh, of course you don't like the lighting, honey. Of course you don't. Because it exposes what we can see, what he obviously cannot. Just like the Chichi bird can't really see that was just the leftover scraps from the real meal. Listen, oh, of course she didn't like the lighting. You see she moved from that real quick. You saw her get very uncomfortable, exposed by the lighting, right?
It's like a badge of honor. And now,
Just like Kitty Heels. Let me turn my light up. You know that turn your lights down low and withhold your window curtain. No. You turn the lights up. Ooh. More light, more beauty. Okay. Gone too far. But ain't nothing to hide here. Ain't nothing to hide. When the light comes on and you start to hide, oh, you know that you be in the lurches over there. You gonna die alone while you in the lurches like this. You gonna die alone and nobody can see you. Of course, you talking about what other people's gonna happen with other people. Listen, she saw what was going on. She saw what was going on and she wanted no parts of that. She had to move out like a vampire from the light. You saw that. Look.
again, this is not applying to all white girls. I got to keep saying that because people take shit out of context, especially in YouTube. I've seen some white girls who looked at it as like a badge of honor when black guys were paying more attention to them. So therefore, and I've seen white girls who started getting it
I
too
don't like
bright.
this lighting.
It's showing me.
Shining on me.
Oh, Dracula! Oh, you know something? I'm being ignorant right now. I'm gonna stop because I don't need to behave this way. I'm going to behave, Tanya. I don't need to act like this. I'm gonna get myself to act right. Okay, I'm gonna act right now. I mean, but we see. Listen, I ain't gonna say nothing. Let's just continue because I'm being rude and ignorant now. Let's go.
Yeah, but it doesn't make me look good. It makes my face shadowy and it doesn't look good on camera.
It's the light that's making your face shadowy, honey. Hold on. It's the light making your face shadowy? Let me get my, listen, look. Oh, honey. Oh, baby. Oh, listen. Oh, the money's pouring in. Oh, listen. Oh, listen. What's the issue? What's the issue? You got some light coming down from the top. What's going on? Oh, I gotta get from the light. Listen, listen, thank you all. We're gonna read the cash apps in a moment. Don't you worry. I know my beauty is stunning. I know it's stunning. I know my beauty is stunning. In the light or in the lurches, it still stuns. All right. You know, like a flash bomb. You ever seen those army movies the Marines movies when they go in and they throw that flash bomb? That's what my beauty is like. When you come into the video, you fall back. You're like, I've never seen such a woman. You don't know what to do with yourself. All this over here. Let's continue. Okay, let's go forward. So he has to close the
lights on.
Where?
These lights.
Ooh, child, that ain't doing you no favors. Oh, my Lord. Let's continue. Oh, my gosh. Listen.
Turn mine on.
Is it shining on you?
No, it's this light.
Yeah, it's not helping.
That's better than opening this.
How's that?
It's fine.
Still too bright?
She angry now. You see her. She angry now. She had to unbuckle herself to be able to get from under the light. Lord, you know what?
No, I will move because...
No. We need you to be relaxed.
So look, she wants to move up into the...
Okay. What about this?
That's fine.
This is better?
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all can see us. This is how we gonna finish this recording. All right, so I've seen white girls who, once they start getting attention from black guys,
He's like, oh, don't worry. I'll close this light overhead for... Listen. Because she know the jig is going to be up. Once people start seeing, the jig is going to be up. Listen, let's go ahead.
It's like a status symbol to them.
Uh-huh.
And they really just only mess with black guys. So maybe that's what I saw in them. Again, I wasn't following them around 24 hours a day, so I don't know what they doing all day. That may be what your friend was seeing, the same thing. She made it seeing you as the chick who was getting all the attention from any kind of guy. And I've also seen white chicks who were so very physically attractive. And when the black guys start coming around to give them attention, the white guys stop coming around.
He doesn't get it. Oh, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Let me just change the animals in a scenario, right? Once the buzzards started coming around, the lions no longer wanted to feast on the meat. Listen, he doesn't get it. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Oh my gosh, look at her face. She does look ready to go. This is embarrassing. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Oh my God. She carries a baggie of chocolate. I'm telling you, her breath looked like it smelled like vomit and alcohol. I'm just saying. And chewed up, the dried, chalky, chewed up pills in the back teeth. Come on. He doesn't get it. I'm going to rewind it just a little bit for you all.
White girls who, once they start getting attention from black guys, it's like a status symbol to them.
Uh-huh.
And they really just only mess with black guys. So maybe that's what I saw in them. Again, I wasn't following them around 24 hours a day, so I don't know what they doing all day. That may be what your friend was seeing, the same thing. She made it seeing you as the chick who was getting all the attention from any kind of guy. And I've also seen white chicks who were so very physically attractive. And when the black guys start coming around to give them attention, the white guys stop coming around. The white guys stop even trying. Now again, I'm a black guy. I would see a white girl who's attractive, I would go talk to her. So maybe this is super confirmation bias I'm giving you here, just through my lens of what I've seen. And it's a very biased lens because I'm living this experience. So those are the things that I've seen. Like a white girl who saw...
Oh God, why did I do this to myself? I almost choked. Oh my God, I almost choked. Oh, she does look angry, frustrated. She just wants this to be over because she knows he's telling lies and she doesn't want to hurt his feelings. Oh my God, why did I do this to myself? I almost choked. Oh, my goodness, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I almost choked. Oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, for those of you who don't know, yes, I just blowed my nose, but look, you do not see any foundation on me. There's no foundation. So I don't have to worry about that stuff. Yes, the vitamin E will be on sale soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. I put on a little bit of concealer, but the skin look right in her eyes. It look right. Oh God, I can't breathe. I gotta calm myself. Oh God, he doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. Let's continue. He doesn't get it.
Starts getting attention from black guys. White guys is like, okay, I'm not even trying no more because the black guys is here. That's not to say that
No,
black
I'm
guys.
The the ego of it all. He doesn't get it. He thinks that it's because their value is so high when the woman already used words like stain and taint and reputation, deteriorate. Well, I don't know if she used deteriorate, but she used stain to describe what happens to the reputation of a girl once she gets with a black guy. All right, let's continue going forward. I feel like I need oxygen mask. This is too much. I'm just gonna rewind just a little bit. I ain't gonna stop it again. All right, let's go.
Experience. So those are the things that I've seen. Like a white girl who starts getting attention from black guys. White guys is like, okay, I'm not even trying no more because the black guys is here. That's not to say that
No,
black guys
I've
are
always
better than white.
I've always drawn a lot of attention from black guys and white guys, but I've never had a
So
white
humble.
guy. I'm just saying it for the context here, for the
No, it's all
show,
good. I'm good.
but I've never had those white guys stop coming around because of it. As a matter of fact, they were more interested and they were jealous and more interested and more kind of like,
So it's competition.
yeah,
It's like,
they
fuck
were
that,
more
we're not gonna let
competitive.
Black guys win.
Yeah, but I don't think girls. You said you don't
Think
think
they're too
we're
good for white
to-
guys
Too good for. We don't think
because you got
we're
black
too
guys coming at you. Do you think you're too good?
I need you to take a look at his face. I just need you to look at his face. I just need you to look at his face because he is glaring her down. Look, he is glaring her down. Like there is an answer he's expecting. And look at her face. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing, yo. All right. She's like trying to crawl away from him during this conversation.
Good for white guys.
No,
So if a white guy tried to talk to you at Starbucks, what would you do?
I don't think.
Listen. So he's like, if a white guy tried to talk to you at Starbucks, what would you do? Oh my Lord. He's not getting it. Look his face. He think he said something clever. Meanwhile, she looks stressed. Look his face. He's like, yeah, I said something clever. And look at her face. She looks stressed the F out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right.
Black guys paying me attention and makes me too good for the white guys. What does that even mean?
So let's say you go to a bar, right? And
So,
like five
so
black
now
guys
I'm saying,
come up and start trying to talk to you. Do you think a white guy, if five black guys come up and start to talk to you, would you talk to a white guy?
why wouldn't I?
Because the black guys is paying attention.
Help me. I need a ventilator, please. Somebody help me. I am wheezing and I don't even have asthma. I need to be resuscitated. I need to be resuscitated. Look at her face, look at her body language, and look at him. He's like, because the black guys. Listen, let's go back just a tiny, tiny fragment.
Guys come up and start trying to talk to you. Do you think a white guy, if five black guys come up and start to talk to you, would you talk to a white guy?
Why wouldn't I?
Because the black guys is paying attention.
Yeah, but so does that mean that those women think black guys are better than white guys?
I don't know. I can't speak
Like,
for them.
I don't see that. I don't understand that at all.
Because black guys are such a small. If you put all the men in one room, black guys is like a small part of the room.
Yes.
White guys take up most of the room.
Yeah.
So when you're being noticed by that small group, because it's so small, it becomes kind of like more valuable to some people because it's less.
No,
of it,
I think it's
because
an
scarce.
opposite. I think it's an opposite effect. Like
Because
if
of the scarcity.
Help me. Help me. Help me. She said it's the opposite. Oh my Lord. I gotta rewind just a little bit. He's not getting it. He's delusional. He's delusional. Let's go back here.
Noticed by that small group, because it's so small, it becomes kind of like more valuable to some people because it's less.
No,
of it,
I think it's an
scarcity.
opposite. I think it's an opposite effect. Like
Because of the scarcity.
If you grow up as a white girl,
Yes.
and you get attention from black guys,
Yes.
in my experience and all the other white girls that I know, we don't think that getting attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort. If you get attention from the white guys, you do have the status more than if you get attention from black guys.
As a man, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that.
Well, as a woman who gets attention and who grew up in a white culture more than a black culture, I'm going to tell you that getting attention from black guys is not a badge of honor if you're white.
Okay.
And I'm white.
You are white.
Yes.
All right. Now, this is what I'm talking about is not your pure white. You're
Somebody save him. I'm trying to do everything not to fall on the floor. I'm trying. I just want to roll around on the floor. I just want to roll around. What's that? Oh my God, we got a bunch of apples in. Oh my goodness. All right. Mwansa sends 444 and says he thought he was going to get the Black Kang treatment. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. TD sends 888 and says thank you for the content. Dude looks more like, oh my goodness, is that a troll or rockhead? Lord have mercy. This is too much. This is too much. Tanya sends a 444 and says he seems to be obsessed with Bach. Oh my gosh. He seems to be obsessed with Bach WBMN. Oh, black women. Woman. I'm confused. Of course he is. Of course he is. And he wants us to care so much and we don't. Shonitra, my girl, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a minute. Just sending love and support. Thank you, Shonitra. Shelly sends $10 and says he gave her the word stained. Did he? Oh, this is what I'm saying. You know what? You make me want to go back, but I'm going to go back and check it in the replay. Waltina sends $5 and says, my brother's ex had enough of my brother's mess. I bet. Oh, wait. So she happily went back to her Brad. Wow. So you know what? They don't know how to treat them. And then, wow, that's very deep. That's so deep. I didn't even think of that. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. All right. Oh, we just saw that. I just saw that. Callie, hey, 123, how are you? Callie sends $5 and says she talking to him like a child and he's so weak. Oh my God. He is so weak. He want white zaddy acceptance. Exactly. And for some reason, he thinks that somebody would dare think that the most underperforming, by and large, males in society, the ones who make the less income, have the least amount of power, that cannot even protect themselves from the police, the government, the judicial system, that somebody would see them as a threat for female resources. Come on. Come on. It just doesn't even make any sense. Courtney sends $20 and says, embarrassing to see black men loud and proud in ignorance. Exactly. Exactly. Kiva sends $10 and says, woo, child, you are the truth. Love you. Thank you. I don't know which statement you were referring to as being the truth, but I'll take it as an overall. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. Oh my gracious. Okay. Let us go. Lisa sends $5 and says, "You are preaching fire at the Self-Love Church today." Well, thank you, my dear. Thank you. Oh, well, here we go. Here we go.
Prophesy, Papa!
All right now. All right. Shantice says he is very unfortunate looking. She puts a picture of an alien up there. Child, I feel you. I don't know if you all, can you all see the alien here? I'll make it bigger for you all so you can see. Do you see the alien? All right. Child, listen. And then Courtney comes back with $10 and says, no racial pride, hence he's confused by her answers. Absolutely. When you all see me reading the Cash Apps, that's the time to jump in and send them because there's a 20 second delay. So send them now while I'm reading them because I'm almost done. Like when you see me first start reading them, start sending it then or in between, and then I'll just come to it during the next break. All right, Shanitra sends $5 and says, your laughter takes me out and light up the room. Child, this is sad laughter over here. This is embarrassing laughter. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. All right, so we're going to cut. Oh, there's a few more that just came in. All right. Callie says, notice how he jumped to fix the lighting. Oh, yes, he did. To anything to make sure that she was okay and to hide his secret because he knows. He can tell unless he's just so caught up in the, what does Cynthia call it, stargazing? He's so caught up in the stargazing that he can't see that this woman is obviously an elder, which then there's nothing wrong with being an elder. But don't start trying to throw her around in black women's faces like, come on now, come on. Not just based on her whiteness. Like if you all have a great relationship, that's one thing, but don't try to throw her around just based on whiteness alone. Shireen sends 414 and says, she tried to spare his feelings and he kept going. Exactly. That's the sad part about it. That's the sad part. And MD sends $20 and says, BBC will never make up for lack of resources. While you're young, you could ride that pony and get your little climaxes, but when all is said and done and you want to start having children, and Cynthia quoted this stat that 92% of children created black man, white woman that the children are abandoned. 92% of those households are abandoned by the black man, and it's only 70-something% in the black community. This is embarrassing and a shame. Lily sends $5 and says, he was going too far. She had to set him straight. Question. Child, listen. Listen. Exactly. And Lori sends $5 and says, prophesy, mama. Here we go.
Prophesy, Papa!
Absolutely. Absolutely. Child, listen. Let's send those prophecy hands up in the air. And Joy sends 222 and says, man, she put it to him. Brutal. Exactly. Exactly. And Jennifer sends $5 and says, it's the delusion for me. She burst that bubble. She sure did. Here's the prophesized hands right there.
Prophesy, Papa!
Child, okay. So, if you all are ready to jump back to the video. Oh my goodness, I don't know what we have gotten into here. But somebody said black men are their own hate group. Lord have mercy. Listen. All right, so if you all are ready to get back into this boondoggle, let me know. Let me know if you're ready to get back into this boondoggle. All right. Should we rewind it just a little bit? Because I think the video is pretty much done. She's about to finish him right here.
You get attention from the white guys,
No,
you do have the status more than if you get attention from black guys.
as a man, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that.
Well, as a woman who gets attention
Yes.
and who grew up in a white culture more than a black culture,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that getting attention from black guys is not a badge of honor if you're white.
Okay,
And I'm white.
you are white.
Yes.
All right. Now, this is what I'm talking about is not your pure white. You're actually the real Caucasian. I'm talking about American white girls.
Yeah, but I've experienced the culture. I know white.
It depends
still
on the
white.
type of female.
I'm still white.
It depends on the type of female. A female like you, I don't think you would see it as a status symbol.
No, but I'm talking about people around me.
Yeah, and people who would hang with you.
Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Somebody help me understand why this is happening. I need to get some questions. You know what? I'm going to jump out of here and then we're going to come back and open up the phone lines because, it's Cynthia G in the house. Cynthia, do you want to talk about this, girl? Do you want to talk about this? Because this is a train wreck and a tragedy. Let me know if you want to talk about this. Please listen, because you know what we're going to do? You know what we can do? This is what we'll do. If you want to talk about it, I'm going to do it because this video has been going on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm going to end this video, start another video. I can send you the link and we can talk about it. Because this is embarrassing in ways that I was not expecting to hear the embarrassment. He is trying to come up with, well, not a white like you, just a pure white. I need to hear from you all. Tell me, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Oh, my Lord. Cynthia says, I do with the giant, I do. All right, listen. I'm going to jump off of here after this is over. I'm going to open up the phone lines. You and I, we're going to talk, then we're going to take some calls. Because this is unlike anything I could have imagined seeing. And he is trying to rationalize. Give a round of applause to Cynthia, you all. Cynthia and Nyla. Even if Nyla's not here, a round of applause to them. And Women's Sphere, all of the black female content creators, Yanni, everybody who keeps their foot on the neck of these people who need a foot on their neck, because this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I need to nourish myself because I have laughed till my belly is empty, my stomach empty. All I feel is air from the laughter, right? And then we're going to come back out and we're going to continue to talk about this boondoggle here. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. This is too much. This is you, but not a white. You're pure white. You're pure. She done told you she wasn't white, right? That she's Caucasian, but she feels that white is the pale white. But then he's going to try to call her pure white for his own boosted ego. All right, here we go. Let me rewind just a little bit. Like I told you, my stomach is empty now from laughing so hard. I got a good ab workout on this.
White.
Okay.
And I'm white.
You are white.
Yes.
All right. Now, this is what I'm talking about is not your pure white. You're actually the real Caucasian. I'm talking about American white girls.
Yeah, but I've experienced the culture. I know white.
It depends on the type of female.
I'm still white.
It depends on the type of female. A female like you, I don't think you would see it as a status symbol.
No, but I'm talking about people around me.
Yeah, and people who would hang with you.
Yes, people.
Yeah. But there's certain types of girls who you wouldn't hang around.
Yeah,
who
but
would see it as a
if a
status
white girl gets attention from a white guy, that's more valuable in white culture than if she gets attention from a black guy. If she
Finish him! Finish him! Now, listen, she is getting to the meat. She's getting to the veggies and potatoes of it. Because you know we don't eat meat over here. So she's getting to the veggies and potatoes of it. Let's go.
No, but I'm talking about people around me.
Yeah, and people who would hang with you.
Yes.
Look, he's rubbing himself to soothe himself. Look at his hand. Look at his hand right here. He's rubbing himself to soothe himself now. I wish you could see his face. Let me see if I need to lighten up this display. I need to lighten the display for you all real quick because I need you all to see the embarrassment on his face Let's see. Okay, let me lighten the display. Here we go. Brightness. Damn. It's not gonna. I just want you to be able to see his face, right? Okay. I want you to be able to see the just the sheer embarrassment. I just want you to be able to see the embarrassment on his face. Do you see his face? Can you see? Let me turn down some of the brightness. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Can you see the embarrassment on his face and the disgust in hers? Do you see the disgust in her face? Right? You see the embarrassment on his. We're just going to leave this contrast up for a little while until we just get through this embarrassing scene here.
But there's certain types of girls who you wouldn't hang around.
Look.
Yeah,
Who
but
would see it as a
if a
status.
white girl gets attention from a white guy, that's more
Yes.
valuable in white culture than if she gets attention from a black
Look his
guy. If she
face.
gets attention from a black guy, that doesn't make you a better.
Look, he looks defeated. I need you to look at his face. I need you to see his face. I need you to see his face.
Anything like that doesn't
Hold on,
raise
hold
you.
on. Damn. It started playing, but still, I'm gonna move this over. You see her face. She looks like she's trying to get out of this, but look at his face. You know what I'm hearing in my mind? You know what I'm hearing? You know what I'm hearing? Where is it? Where is it? Here. Where is what I'm hearing? I don't see it on my board. Uh-oh. Here it is. Here it is. This is what I'm hearing. Look his face. That's his face. Neck strained, lips pursed. And look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Hand up. She's trying to tell him, and he is not listening. You know what? I'm going to try to leave a little bit of the contrast up so that this is a little too much contrast, but I'm going to leave the contrast up for you all because you need to see his face during this embarrassing ordeal. You need to see his face, his body language, everything. Let me just turn down the brightness just a little bit. No, that's too much. Turn down the contrast maybe. Okay, there. That's okay right there, right? Because I just want you to be able to see his face, but I don't want to mess up the contrast of the video. All right, let's continue.
In anybody's eyes. As a matter of fact,
In some people's eyes, it does.
as a matter of fact, it's a little bit of she's basically not good enough for the white, so she's good for the black guys. That's how it's looked at in.
I just need you to look at his face. I just need you to, let me see. I need to duplicate this and make this larger. You know what? I don't want to play with it too much because sometimes you start doing too much and then it goes bad. You know what I mean? And we don't want this. I just want you to look at how his face changes. He leaned back. He's resigned, powerless. Look.
Attention from a white guy, that's more
Yes.
valuable in white culture than if she
Clenching
gets
his
attention
jaw.
from a black guy. If she gets attention from a black guy, that doesn't make you a better anything.
Look.
Like that doesn't raise you in anybody's eyes. As a matter of fact,
In some people's eyes, it does.
as a matter of fact, it's a little bit of she's basically not good enough for the white, so she's good for the black guys. That's how it's looked at with white people.
Look. He is coming to grips. This is the face of realization. That he is coming to grips. You know what? As a matter of fact, you know what, Cynthia? Cynthia, are you still here? Let me send you the link now. Let me send you the link, Cynthia. Let me send you the link. Let me send you the link. Let me send you the doggone link because this needs to be discussed right now. Let me There's just a few things that I need to do to be able to get the broadcast on here. I need to open up a session. Oh my goodness. Listen, that is the look of realizing your place. Uh-oh. Oh man. It looks like we're having some issues. Give me 1 second. I just need to log in. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. let me try this again. Cynthia, girl, listen, I'm about to send you the link right now. Cause this is too much. This is too much. This is just too much. This is too much. This is too much. Whew, my gosh, here. Oh, goodness. Oh my gosh, here. So, let's see. All right. Okay, here. Okay, so Cynthia, I'm sending you the invitation right now. I'm sending it to you because this is too much. This is too much. Here. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I just sent it to you. Is Cynthia still inside the comments? Cynthia, I just sent this to you. Oh my goodness. Because this is too much. It's like he's not even getting it. Go ahead and like the video, thumbs up. There's 1,600 people on YouTube, 250 on Facebook. The people on Facebook are falling off. And the people on Twitter said, to hell with this. They couldn't take it. They couldn't take it. So, listen. Oh my gosh. She went in on him and she... All right. Sin, I sent you the link. Come over, my dear. Come over because this is too much. I need to, here. Oh my gosh, this was too much. This was too much. Wait, it gets worse than this? It cannot possibly. All right, so Sin, I sent you the thing. I'm opening up the meeting now because all right, here. Oh my gosh, have mercy on us here. So Sin, I'm waiting for you to come in. Oh my goodness. How could it get worse than this? How? How could it possibly get worse than this? How? The thun 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 is your favorite sound effect? Here, I'll play it again for you. Oh my Lord. Sin, let me know if you have any issues. I don't know how it can possibly get worse than this. I have laughed all the food out of my stomach. My belly is empty and filled with air. I don't know how it can get worse than this. I don't know how it can possibly get worse. This is unbelievable. Oh my Lord. Okay. So let's continue. We're going to wait for Sin to come in, but I'm going to just continue with the play of this because I can't fathom. I can't fathom. Listen, I'm getting dizzy from laughter. Where's the thing at? Whew, this is too much. This is too much. All right. Here we go.
I see it the opposite way, but we both got our own perspective. That's why we had this show, so we can both share our own perspective.
I've experienced that and saw that, and people verbalize that to me many, many times. It's like I actually was pursued by a guy who found out that Black guys were paying attention to me, and he was so turned off. Like he was so turned off. So
Oh my God. This is confirmation right here. And look at his face. Now he's looking down. It looks like he's looking at a phone, but he's not. There's no phone in his hand. Look. There's no phone in his hand. He's just looking down. Just look. Look at the look on his face. This is the look of defeat. Look. This is the look of defeat. That's what that look is right there. Look, no phone in his hand. You see him looking down, but there's no phone. No phone, no nothing. Look. Look. It's unbelievable. He's defeated because he's hearing this and he's in denial.
Experienced it, intimately like that.
All right, side question. This is not one of the points. We're going to get to the last one. Do you think...
That doesn't make you a better anything. Like, that doesn't raise you in anybody's eyes. As a matter of fact...
In some people's eyes, it does.
As a matter of fact, it's a little bit of she's basically not good enough for the white, so she's good for the black guys. That's how it's looked at with white people.
I see it the opposite way, but we both got our own perspective. That's why we had this show, so we can both share our own perspective.
I've experienced that and saw that, and people verbalized that to me many, many times. It's like, I actually was pursued by a guy who found out that black guys were paying attention to me, and he was so turned off. Like, he was so turned off. So I experienced it, intimately like that.
All right, side question. This is not one of the points. We're going to get to the last one. Do you think black guys who date white girls think they're too good for black girls, and that's why they start choosing white chicks? Because they think black girls ain't good enough?
I don't think so. There can be isolated incidents like that, but I don't know.
That's a
I don't know.
No. Yeah. Do y'all think that I think I'm too good for black women because I'm dating a white woman? That's an interesting question. Y'all can go ahead and answer that. For those of you who have watched this far, you might as well go to number 9. Number 9 is white girls who date black guys think black guys are easier to get because black guys just can't keep their penis in their pants. They trying to fuck everything they see. They're so aggressive. They're so forward, so direct in talking to girls. It's easy to get a black guy. So that's why
she's
start dating black guys, because it's so easy.
Fuck that shit. She was nodding. You saw her nodding. She was like, oh my gosh. Listen. Oh my goodness. I'm stunned. We saw her nodding, right? Look. 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 I feel like crying for him. Look at her face. I want you to just stare at her and notice when he's asking the question, she's nodding.
For those of you who have watched this far, you might as well go to number 9. Number 9 is white girls who date black guys think black guys are easier to get.
Look.
Because black guys just can't keep their penis in their pants. They trying to fuck everything they see. They're so aggressive. They're so forward, so direct in talking to girls. It's easy to get a black.
Oh my Lord. I need to rewind this and I'm going to zoom in on her face for you because she is nodding as he's asking the question. Tell me she's not nodding. Tell me. Let's listen.
White girls who date black guys think black guys are easier to get because black guys just can't keep their penis in their pants. They trying to fuck everything they see. They're so aggressive. They're so forward, so direct in talking to girls.
Look.
It's easy to get a black guy.
See the nodding, right?
So that's why you start dating black guys, because it's so easy.
No.
And then when he finishes prefacing the question, she decides to then say no, because you see her eyes darting around, right? Her eyes are darting around trying to figure out, how do I make something up so that he continues to still be able to give me money and trick off on me, because yes, this N-word is easier to get. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing.
True or not true?
No.
Let me ask you a question.
Not true in my case.
When you're
she's
just
fidgeting, she's fidgeting. She wasn't fidgeting the whole video. For those of you who watch Jesus, I forget his last name, the body language guy, you look at a person's baseline. She wasn't fidgeting before. Now she's playing with her shoes. She's like nodding when she's really she's, oh gosh. Look, she's fidgeting. Look at her fidgeting.
Start dating black guys, because it's so easy.
No.
She's fidgeting now. Look, fidget.
Not true in my case.
when you're just out and about, whether you were in a relationship or single, who approaches you? Who do you get approached by more? White guys or black guys or Latin guys or whatever? What race approaches you the most?
You see her thinking, right?
Depends on the
Thinking.
environment I'm in.
Okay,
Like
New York City.
New York City.
Yeah.
I was in a very mixed environment in New York City, so more black guys, because I was more with black people than white people.
So you were just in black environments.
So it depends on the environment.
So what about Miami?
Miami, a lot of black and Spanish, Latin, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So who's approached you the most? Black guys, white guys, or Latin guys?
Look, she's fidgeting now.
Or European guys?
Probably black and European.
Why? Why do black guys approach more than white guys? I mean, there's 10 times more white guys than black guys.
They're more outspoken. They're more forward.
Yeah. So do you think, you forgot what the question was.
Of course you forgot what the question was, because they're not written down, like homegirl from the Cash Apple said. They're not written down. You're just coming up with this. Somebody said body language. Absolutely. Look at her body language. She's trying to get away from him. She's nervous. She's fidgeting with her shoes. She's touching her feet. She doesn't want to be here in this conversation anymore. She feels embarrassed for him. And we all know why black men approach white women more, because they're hoping to be able to get some sort of validation.
Do you think black men are easier to get because they're so do you think black men are easier to get in general? Like, let's say that you wanted to.
She looked like a hostage. Chin up in the air shows defiance. So
you were, let's not say you. Let's just say Susie.
Chin goes further into the air. When the chin goes into the air, there is when a dog looks up and there's the back off of me. There's the intimidation response. There's the back away from me. There's the creating a barrier so that I have to look down my eyes at you, and the chin is jutting forward, showing aggression. So now she's like looking at him. Oh my word.
Approach more than white guys. I mean, there's 10 times more white guys than black guys.
They're more outspoken. They're more forward.
Yeah. So do you think, you forgot what the question was. Do you think black men are easier to get because they're so do you think black men are easier to get in general? Like, let's say that you wanted to, let's not say you. Let's just say Susie Q, random white girl, attractive, walking around any city in America. She just wants to get fucked tonight. She wants to have sex tonight. Is it easier to get a white guy or a black guy to do it? That may not be that great.
No, it's not. Because it's easy to get any guy. If you just want to get sex, you walk up to any guy and
all right, let me ask a better question. That's not the best question. Are black guys does it seem like
playing with the ear? You know, when people start touching their mouth, playing with their face, their ear, these are the discomforting tics that go along with lying. Don't believe what you hear. She knows it's a lot easier to get black ding-a-ling. She knows it. She knows it. Hey, Cynthia. Oh, Cynthia is on her way in. So Cynthia is getting her audio together and connected. Oh my goodness. Let me see if let me see if I have the right audio things up. Uh-oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, Cynthia? All right. Let me make sure I am connected in the right way. So Cynthia, it looks like you're muted. So let me see if I can send you the thing to unmute. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I was connecting.
There you go.
The Bluetooth audio to my phone.
Okay, if you all can hear Cynthia, go ahead and put up the number 3. If you can hear Cynthia well, put up the number 3. So for those of you
I can up here in the meantime, and then when when the person gets here, I'm gonna go on mute, and then I'll come back. But it gets worse. To me, it gets worse because he has multiple videos. Because I've already seen this whole video. He has multiple videos with this one woman that he's basically asking her to compare black men and white women, and that's in addition to this long video. Like
What?
further along, he's about to ask her about the BBC myth. He's going to
Shut
start
up.
asking her now that he's asking her sexual questions. He's going to ask her about BBC. Um, but he has a lot of videos with her in it, asking her basically what does she think about black men in comparison to white women. There's even one where he's going to ask her what does she like about him as a black man, and she can't even verbalize why she likes him. But then when he asks her about her white ex boyfriend, she lists a whole bunch of qualities. Like when it gets to the white man, she can make an A to Z list on why she liked the white man that she last dated, but she can't tell him why she likes him other than his athleticism. So it's really, their dynamic is really, really interesting.
What? Oh my
Yeah, he's a
lord.
buck. He's a buck.
Oh, look, Nyla is here. Hey, Nyla, welcome in.
Hey Tanya, hey Cynthia, how are you ladies?
Hey.
Hey, for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna try to get the screen on over here. Give me 1 second. All right. So, oh, you know what? I don't know if it's connected. Let's see. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is connected. All right. So there is Cynthia and Nyla. Say hello. So they have come in and we're just going to discuss the tail end of this. I can't believe that it gets worse. This is unbelievable. Nyla, what are your thoughts on this?
Really similar to what you were saying. You can tell that this woman is embarrassed. You can tell that she is trying to figure out how come he doesn't care enough about his own dignity and manhood by asking these
Yeah.
questions. These are like really embarrassing questions, and you can tell that she's like, "Dude, grow a pair." And I mean, kind of like what Cynthia says, he's just street booty to her. He's just something to go
Please.
in between while she sows her wild oats and waits and gets an actual real man.
Wow. Street booty. Lord of mercy.
Yeah, street booty.
All right. Well, you know what? Listen, I'm going to play some more. And when you ladies want me to just pause, just say something. So, look, round of applause for Cynthia and Nyla. Welcome in, ladies. Welcome. And while we have Nyla here, listen. All right. Oh, Cynthia, I need that sound bite from your last show where you were like, "Girl, bye." I need that.
Oh, that was actually lips and froze, but I will clip out that part and send it to you. But that wasn't me. That was lips and froze. Who said that?
That was so beautifully
However, we do
stated.
have you saying girl bye a lot too, Stan. You say it
Hmm.
too, and it is really funny. And so, girl bye, when you
Oh
say it,
Lord.
it's just so.
All right. So let's get back to this. All right. So this is embarrassing.
Like black guys are just
Wait, can you all hear the audio inside the room, Nyla and Cynthia? You can hear the audio from the broadcast, correct?
Yes, I
All
can.
right. All right, perfect. All right. Let's just rewind just a tiny fraction.
all right. Let me ask a better question. That's not the best question. Are black guys does it seem like black guys are just going after girls more than white guys? They seem to just be more direct,
They're more direct.
aggressive.
They're more
aggressive,
direct, yes.
going after girls.
Yes.
What does that say about black guys that they're more direct? Does that mean they end up getting more girls? Does that
Their
mean they have sex more often?
desperation.
Does it mean they're better sexually? Oh, we're gonna talk about. Wait, let me ask you that. Are black men better sexually than white guys? That's a tough question.
No.
It's uncomfortable.
Oh shit, ladies. ladies.
Well, look, okay, so I know that the BBC thing is actually, it's not a myth. It's actually the
Yeah, it's
truth,
not a
right?
myth.
Right. So I think that what she's doing right now is what he just doesn't have the ability to do. She's not going to throw her own race under the bus for him because, number one, ultimately, she's going to have to go back to these men when she wants to have children and a husband. So she's not going to be caught on record putting them underneath black men. She's just not going to do it.
You know what's also interesting, because again, if you go to his channel, he had, like, during the time that he was doing this one video, he had a bunch of different series that he was doing with her. He even had one where he was in it basically re-asking her that question about her feeling like she's too good for white men, because apparently he really wanted her to say that if a white woman gets with a black man, then somehow that black man elevates her. So he had a number of different videos with her where he's basically comparing, he's having her compare black men and their value to white men. But the only way that he's trying to compare that is in a sexual or physical manner. Like, he's not asking, am I a better man in terms of how I provide for you? Mind you, this woman doesn't work. She doesn't cook. She doesn't clean. She doesn't work. She doesn't bring any money or anything else to the table. Like, she's living in his home. He has to order from food services because he says she doesn't cook, and she doesn't try to. So she doesn't do anything. She's basically just sitting there in her whiteness. But he's not asking her to compare him to white men in terms of how he can be a provider, the type of resources he can get, the way that he protects her, how he makes her feel, secure as a woman. He's asking her to compare him sexually to white men. And I think that's very interesting when you think about how black men will say they're the most desired. But when it comes to leveling them up against other groups of men, the only comparison that he ever has is, am I better than this white man sexually? And so that right there tells you where black men really feel like their only value actually is, despite the fact that he's literally providing everything for this white woman.
How interesting. Thank you for that. And Nyla, I wanted to follow up on your point because you said that the BBC thing is not a myth, but he didn't ask her about penis size. He asked her about betterness in bed. And from what it is that I see in terms of if you just have one porn, side by side with another porn, like let's say we even do gangbang porn, right? Where there's multiple men inside of a scenario, right? If you see the way that the black men treat the woman in that scenario versus the way white men in a gangbang porn treat the women, you see that the black men are just unnecessarily rough, not really concerned about her pleasure, brutal. And now they do have porn in which the white men are brutalizing a woman in the middle of it. But if you just compare on average side by side. So when she says that black men are not better in bed, I wonder if she's talking because big penis is just not enough. That's just one part of the equation. I wonder if she's actually talking about technique, attentiveness, connection, those sorts of things. What are your thoughts?
You know what? I completely agree with you. I went directly to the BBC thing because I know that a lot of black men hinge, like Sim said, their value on their sexual prowess. And that is definitely a good point because just because you have a BBC does not mean that you actually know what to do with it. So I can definitely see your point, especially as it relates to how they depict themselves, sexually and within porn. They do not shy away from the stereotypes. They do not mind being seen as the big brute that they were depicted in the first release of Birth of a Nation. They don't mind being looked at as sex slaves, as plantation bucks and all this kind of stuff. The more they're objectified, I believe the better they feel, because I believe that a lot of them are, very similar to victims of, I don't even want to say victims. They have this fetishization of sexual deviancy and stuff like that. And it's like, well, I mean, It's seen in almost everything that they do within their music, within their conversations. We're in these spaces. We see what they talk about. We know what they said. So they like this. They like this objectification. And I agree that she is probably talking about that because a lot of them think by virtue of having a big dingling that that means, you know, that's going to keep somebody, you know, because he's not going to be able to keep her with finances. He's not going to be able to keep her with intellect because, I mean, he's dumb as a doorknob. That's obvious. So his last ditch effort is you want this BBC. And clearly the BBC doesn't do much for the community, or the community wouldn't be in shambles. And she's not trying to hear that.
Well, he's actually about to ask her about size specifically,
Really?
but I want to say something to the people in the chat box. BBC refers to the size of a Black man's penis. And so it is a medical fact, because this has been studied, that on average, Black men are bigger. So when they talk about BBC, it's not about the technique. It's not about how pleasing he is. It's not about how good he is. It literally refers only to the size. And so when they did compare the average size of men across all races, it was literally Black, white, Hispanic, and Asian in terms of the sizes. Now, I don't know why they put Hispanic in there, because that's essentially just white or mixed or Black, but that's the way they did it. But in terms of the size, it's not a myth. In terms of the quality, that can be debated. But he is about to ask her about the BBC in terms of the size.
So let's jump
And
to
it's
that.
no
then.
different than, one more thing, it's the BBC science is no different than, it's not a myth when you talk about the micropene in Asians. This is stuff that you can look up. There's tons of research on it. Black men on average are going to have larger penises. And of all of the men, Asian men are going to have the smallest, something about like 2 to 3 inches smaller than the average penis size. And they are more likely to have a micropene than any other group of men.
Oh, all right, then. All right. Let's get back to the thing. My goodness. All right. Whew.
No.
No.
It's not about, when it comes to sex, it's not about black and white.
It's not.
No.
All right, so is the myth about Black men's penises true? Is the average Black man bigger than the average white guy?
I don't know.
You see the
She doesn't
hesitation,
know.
right?
All right.
I don't know the whole BBC myth. I don't know if it's true or not.
You see, she looks embarrassed, like she doesn't really want to answer.
BBC?
BBC.
Oh, BBC.
Somebody tell him what BBC.
Big black cock. Look, we can say anything on this. This is YouTube.
Okay,
this is
you
not
can
network
say it.
television.
You can say it. I don't like saying
Okay.
those words.
Who lasts longer in bed, the white guys or the black guys?
I don't know. You asking me like I've been in 10 countries.
I guess I'm just
Like you.
I'm just giving you a chance to say whatever you want to say. All right. So the
This
question
is
that I asked, the
embarrassing.
follow-up question was,
Yeah,
what do
she
you
literally
think that
wants him
says
to
about
stop
Black
asking.
men, that they're more aggressive?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say that, Cynthia. Go ahead.
Oh, I just said she literally wants him to stop asking her those questions. You can tell.
Yeah, the sad part about it is, you're right. He hones right in on sex and sexuality. He doesn't talk about anything. Are we better fathers, better providers? Nothing. He just starts talking about sex and BBC. This is embarrassing. This is really embarrassing. I'm sideline embarrassed for him. This is disgusting. This is really sick. Nyla? All right, let's continue.
Asking me like I've been in 10 countries.
I guess I'm just
Like you.
I'm just giving you a chance to say whatever you want to say. All right. So the question that I asked, the follow-up question was, what do you think that says about Black men, that they're more aggressive, more forward, more direct when it comes to just trying to talk to women, period?
They might be more confident. They might not.
Does that make them more attractive?
Confidence makes a man attractive for sure.
So a man who's willing to come talk to you is a little bit more attractive than a guy who won't, who will just stand on the wall.
Because most women like to be pursued.
Mhm.
They like to be, women are more submissive than guys.
So what about a white girl you ever known a white girl who just doesn't talk to black guys?
Yeah.
How do they feel when black guys try to talk to them? How do they respond, and what are they thinking? What do they say? You talk to them about it?
Normally, like, yeah, those girls are not flattered. Like, because when you get attention from a guy, period.
No, the hell she didn't. She said those girls are not flattered.
The shade.
She said those girls are not flattered.
Girl, like he should be. It's just crazy for me that he would even continue like he pre-recorded this video. He pre-recorded this video and did not realize. Yes, he uploaded it. He had to watch this mug process. He had to do all of that. He had to name it and title it. And you know, you watch your video at least one time before you actually premiere it or upload it or, you know, take it off private. You listen to this woman humiliate you. This is why I'm saying a lot of them have no self-pride, which is indicative in a lot of, you know, their behaviors and their actions within communities and stuff like that. This is the lack of any sort of self-respect or care for yourself. This woman just shaded him as his woman. And again, if you look at her, she's sitting in that car. He didn't just took her shopping, right? He didn't buy her all type of stuff.
Yes.
And she don't give a damn. Okay. She don't give a damn. It's just ridiculous.
Wow. Cynthia? All right.
She said she has to go on mute. She wanted to
okay, yeah. Let's continue going forward because this is I don't understand how he is all right with this.
As a girl,
Yeah.
you know, it's flattering. Like somebody's paying you attention. You feel wanted, seen, right?
So why are they not flattered?
And they're not flattered because that's not their cup of tea. So they're
they
like,
just don't like black.
Yeah, it's like I don't select him and he selects me. Like it doesn't matter. It really makes no difference to me. So they don't feel flattered.
So a white girl who doesn't like black guys, when she's approached by a black guy, it doesn't make her feel any better.
Not really.
So she
at least not
on
on the same level as.
She just wants him to take his black ass away so a white guy can come talk.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ, Nyla. She just wants him to take his black ass away so that the white guy could come to her.
Look, she's trying to experience the Mandingo, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
She's getting her jollies off, and obviously it's not that jolly, right? Because they say, you know, the right cock will have you, you know, doing strange things and all this kind of stuff. Obviously, this wasn't the right one. Like, she's literally his whipping boy. This is embarrassing. This is so embarrassing.
Very, very. All right, let's continue. I turned on the camera inside of the room so that you could see the stuff there that we're looking at.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go.
Okay. Now, what about, have you had friends who were black girls who were attractive?
Yes.
All right. Do they have white guys come try to talk to you?
Yes.
And what happens?
My friends, they're black girls that are attractive. There were two types. One type that was only pursuing white guys, and another type who was very, very anti.
Wait, only pursuing white guys?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she date black guys?
Because they have built these stories in their head
that black guys be fucking up.
That or
yeah, black guys be it's just that. Period. And whatever else you can say.
No. And no, actually, there is
Why the fuck is he talking for her? Like, I want to hear her answers. But and again, bringing black women into this, like, why are we in this scenario, Nyla?
Because he's a whole trans. That's exactly why. Like, I mean, what the hell else could the explanation be? And, you know, because they always want to answer for women. Think about it. Like, they always want to answer for women. They know the mind of a woman. Let them tell it. They study female nature more than they do contraceptives. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they do. Like, this is embarrassing. And the fact that when he asked her, you know, about her friends liking black guys, he was like, "What do you mean you don't like black guys? What's wrong with black guys?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean what's wrong with black guys? Like, just desperate. He really wants Becky to want him.
Well, why would a black girl only date white men? I mean, come on. It's like he wants to have this narrative in his mind that open open wombs of Nubian women are just waiting there with their legs open, and he could just come and poke at his will, and then just keep walking off as they sit there shivering alone, waiting for some black man to swoop in. And he's like, he can't fathom that they have moved on and that they don't even desire black men. Oh, it's unbelievable. Like, look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. Now his chin is jutting forward. Remember, the chin jutting forward is a sign of aggression. Oh my God.
Yeah, but she doesn't care. She literally doesn't care.
Not at this point.
She won't even play with him.
Yeah, let's continue. There's only 15 minutes left of this.
There were two types. One type that was only pursuing white
Look at
guys,
him biting
and
his
another type
lips.
who was very, very anti.
Wait, only pursuing white guys?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she date black guys?
Because they have built these stories in their head
That black guys be fucking up.
that or
Yeah, black guys be no, it's just that. Period. And whatever else you can say.
Well, they just don't want you.
No, actually, they thought it was like it raised them, elevated them in everybody's eyes if they were able to date a white guy.
So you knew black girls who only dated white guys.
Several women like that.
Several black women.
Yeah.
Who only dated white guys.
Yeah, I
And
know
the
them
white
to this
guys
day.
elevated
And you
them.
knew, I never met them. Anyway.
I'm not friends with them. I'm not friends with people who think that way.
But you just know
But
them.
I know them. They're
You
acquaintances.
know them, but
Now all of a sudden she's not friends with them. She was like, yeah, I have friends still to this day. Now all of a sudden she's like, I'm not friends with them because they think this way. Nyla. All right, let's continue going forward.
you're not friends with them.
Yes.
It's good. Make sure you make
Yes.
it clear on that. And
Yes.
you said you also knew black girls who were what? Anyway, they were open
They would
to
go
anything?
either way, but they would rather stay with their own.
Black guys.
Yeah.
Have you known any black girls who only date black guys? They wouldn't talk to a white guy?
Yes, I have.
Have you known black girls who they present themselves in a certain way that white girls wouldn't even try to talk to them? Or they carry them?
What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Yo, it's like he is so obsessed with us. And he just keeps trying to goad her to talk shit about black women. Do you know some black women who present themselves in such a way that white girls wouldn't even talk to them? Because he wants her to be like, yeah, I seen black girls that act just like, what was that character? Rasputia? She acted like Rasputia.
Or something.
So I couldn't talk to her because she was just too low class for me. I mean, come on. Like, what's wrong with this dude?
He was trying to get a replay of that. Remember that one viral video where when I tell you this nigger had the ugliest cave woman that you have ever seen in your life. Like, she looked like she was anorexic, clinically insane, and the seed of a demon. And she sat up there with him and discussed black women and their hair and everything. And he just dogged her. She just dogged out. So I think that he was trying to get her to do something similar. But, I guess she didn't want to do it or whatever, but she dragged him and he knows it. So he was trying to get some of the heat off of him and basically say, we'll see, or illustrate why he was with the white woman as opposed to a black woman. He was trying to make sure that she saw the faults in black women that he saw. And I'm doing this in quotes.
Got you. Okay. All right. Okay. I got that. I could see that. So he just wants her to talk some shit because as far as we seeing in the hierarchy, black men are at the lower. So now he's trying to throw black women under the bus lower than them. Let's go.
So certain attitudes of white guys.
White guys winning. And she's a own.
Black guys.
Yeah.
Have you known any black girls who only date black guys? They wouldn't talk to a white guy?
Yes, I have.
Have you known black girls who they present themselves in a certain way that white girls wouldn't even try to talk to them? Or they carry themselves with a certain attitude that white guys.
Well, he's goading her.
And she's a black girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is different about them? How do they carry themselves that a white guy would?
You see him, he's goading her. How do they carry themselves? He's goading her. He's trying to get her to talk shit about black women. He's a loser. He is such a loser.
But I'm going to tell you why he's doing that. He's not doing that just off the fly. See, she's smart enough not to put herself on tape and immortalize her words shading black women publicly. But the only reason why he's comfortable with leading the conversation like this is because she's had this conversation with him before. She didn't just meet this guy. She's familiar with him and his rhetoric and how he thinks of black women. And she just was as dumb as he was to sit her ass up there and talk shit about him. Because like she said, she does have some black friends. She's got to work with black women. She's not, she
Got you. Okay.
So what is different about them? How do they carry themselves that a white guy wouldn't even try?
Normally they I don't know.
Look her shoulders.
Usually they look very like ethnic. They would make themselves look and they would behave in a very non-white way. I like
black girl. You talking?
The girls that I knew were like Caribbean.
Have you known any white guys who only talk to black girls?
White guys, only black girls. No.
Have you known any white guys who kind of?
That'll be very difficult because there are more white women than black women. So
I've known guys. It depends on where you at. Not here.
It depends
not
on what environment they grew up in. Because if that's
all
they were around, then it's very possible. But most white guys are not brought up in that environment. So
it would have to be in the Northeast, like DC, Pittsburgh, Philly, New York.
Yeah, and they would have to
those
grow up in a very
possible.
in black environment. You know,
I've known white guys in those areas though, not down here. It's not enough. Not enough of them going around. Now, this last question is: do you think black men are easier to get? But do you have anything to add on all these questions? Black men are easier to get. You think you're too good for white guys. You've had bad experiences with white men, so you swore off white men. You're trying to rebel against society. Is this a fetish to see how big their cocks are? Do you think you're better than black? You think you're better than black girls? You're trying to prove that you're not a racist. You have daddy issues and you're fat.
Lord.
What do you have to say about just in general? And these are, when I first read this, I told Anna, I said, these are actually pretty good because I've heard all of these, at least number 2 through 8. Not number 1. I've heard some people say that it makes no sense because I didn't date any fat white girls. Now, let me not even go any further with that one. But
I mean, fat white girls are in Miami to begin with. This is just so dumb. Oh my Lord.
Right. And the fact that he's talking about how he didn't date any fat white girls. He hasn't dated any fat white girls yet. But we've seen them. We have seen them.
And not only that, he's with a woman who looks 15 years his senior. So it's not like he wants to pretend as if he's getting the cream of the genetic crop when this is just not the case. Let's continue. I'm sorry. This is dumb.
Is a lot of these things may be true for some people.
Yes.
But if they are true for you, you should not be doing it. You should not be dating black guys or whoever if these are the reasons why you're dating them. That's all I have to say. Because then you really have other issues that you need to handle because those issues are not allowing you to be who you really need to be and want to be.
So when you just go out about in the world, do you ever feel like you are being judged by anyone, a white person, a Spanish person, a black person, a European person because you're walking with a black guy?
Yes. When we go places, people are looking at us. We're both good looking people and we're together and we draw a lot of attention. Most of the attention. We draw a lot of attention.
When we go out in public, they be
because maybe some people want their fortunes read. Come on. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like this, but maybe listen, I ain't gonna say, or maybe they looking for where they could get them pills at. I don't know. Nyla.
He's just ultra feminine to me. It's like, I just read a comment where someone said something about him being messy, and he is. Like, it's just something about this line of conversation that is just not masculine and he really is behaving like a plantation buck. It's really just like, I'm completely embarrassed at this point. The collective is so embarrassing to me that I don't even want to see half of these dudes.
Yeah, let's continue. This is unbelievable.
Looking at her, then they see me because I'm there, but they be really looking.
Aww.
Of course.
No, that's the truth. I'm not saying that.
But you're so handsome.
Thank you. But finish saying you're
yeah, so we draw a lot of attention and I feel it. And I feel the glares sometimes. I feel that especially like older people, older white people.
Yes.
Maybe they're looking at you so they can figure out how a cougar could get a young plantation buck too. Maybe that's what they're looking for. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, but if she had on a headscarf with some dangly gold things around and, you know, like a thing, tell me you wouldn't be going to see if you could get your palm read.
You know what?
All right, okay. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to take that out of the equation. Oh, we're running out of time.
I look like a gypsy or something.
Listen, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm gonna have to restart this and send a new link because we've run out of our time behind scenes. Let's see, how much more time do we have on this video? All right, so listen, if this ends or when this ends, I'll send you another link, okay? Let's try to hurry up and get through the last 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yes, and they wonder, you know, I bet they wonder like what's going on and why is she walking with him or whatever else is going on. But
also, sometimes men just be looking at her. They just looking at her. They like, I mean, the same you've seen Jay-Z and Beyonce. Even though Jay-Z's there, you gonna look at Beyonce because it's like, yeah.
Did he just compare this pale, Skeletor-looking, hungry, post-wall, in need of some collagen-ass woman to be on? Did he really just do that?
Yes, he did. I didn't want to say nothing about it, but yes, I cannot. Let's continue because we only have a few more moments. Let's continue. It looks like it says we have 10 more minutes or 8 more minutes on that thing. Let's go.
Right. So
you're just gonna look at a good-looking woman, even if she got a man right there next to her.
Yeah.
I would look at a good-looking woman too, even if she had a man.
He so desperately wants people to find her.
Even if I'm walking with him and he's looking at a good-looking woman who's walking by, I'm not gonna be like, "Don't look at her." He's gonna look.
You said something to me once. You said I was looking at.
Hey, I'm gonna look. Like if she's worth looking at, I'm gonna look. But it depends on how you do it, though. Because if you do it at your woman's expense, if you do it
if you break your neck, you can't break your neck looking at another chick.
It's not even that.
Get to the point.
It's you have to make sure that the woman who you're with, she doesn't feel insecure. You can't do it that way.
Oh, that's a whole different conversation.
Actually, I would be the girl, and I've done this to you many times. Hey, oh my God, look at her body part. You know, I've pointed it out with him because it's like
the only body part.
It's worth looking at, you know. So you can't be insecure about that. But also, men
don't point out any body part that's not her ass. I'm not looking at legs or feet or hands or hair. It's ass. Listen, we say what it is here. We don't have to. There's no This is not PC. Okay, so parents, this may not be for your kids.
It's not about here. It's about how I speak.
I understand.
Maybe not all the time, but.
Is there anything else in this worth listening to, Nyla? Huh?
Not that I remember. The meat of it is definitely what we've already been through. Like, I mean, it's not going to get any better, and it's not going to get any worse. Like, he's disgusting. He's a dusty. He's a struggle bandit. He's depressing and all of that, and it's not going to get any better.
Okay, is Cynthia back yet?
I'm not sure.
Because I think she's more intimately familiar with this video than we are. Because I just want to know if we need to go forward or just skip through and just be done with this. Because I'm already tired of this. I've been on for 3.5 hours and we're running out of time behind the scenes. So let me just play a little bit more. And I'm going to skip through and see if there's anything good being said, all right?
We're gonna condition that out of you through the Anna and Dre show.
Yeah, but that's another. Maybe we should do another show on that topic.
Yeah, we're gonna do another show on that topic. What's the topic? Like how to conduct yourself when you're with your girl?
Yeah, how to conduct.
All right, so some guys riding through the garage with a foot.
Okay, with a Ferrari while you sitting there.
It's a true story.
This is Puff Daddy?
No.
Was it Baby from Cash Money?
No.
Wait, hold on. So she's talking
because.
Wait a minute. Wait. This is like a.
So she's been with a guy in a Ferrari.
Alert. Stunt alert.
What did she say?
You drive that.
It's annoying.
Doesn't that hurt your ears?
It's annoying. I was dating this guy who had a Ferrari, and it's like I hate it. It was white Ferrari.
How many times did you ride it?
Once. And then he knew not to pick me up with it, so he came with a Bentley next time because
Wait a minute.
You see him, right?
Wait a minute. Stunt alert. Stunt alert. Wait a minute. He had a white Ferrari. She didn't like it, so he came back with.
So in her prime and heyday, she was dating a man with a Ferrari, but as she degenerated, she got with a degenerate. All right, let's continue. I'm willing. Nyla, I see you off mute. What do you have to
Girl.
add?
Oh no, I just wanted to say, and like he's so ridiculous because in the videos, the other videos that he has with her, they're in a rented space. Like they're using it for like a rental set. This dude is obviously struggling. And look, I don't poverty shame or whatever, but like you don't go from seriously dating somebody with Ferraris and Bentleys to taking this type of dude serious. And that's probably a rental car that he's into.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's jump through. This is unbelievable. Somebody said she qualified for AARP. I'm done with you all. Let's I'm gonna skim through the rest of it because we only have a few more moments. 4 minutes.
It's a true story. Yes.
You know, especially with social media, we see everything. So it's not like there's nothing that we're not used to seeing. We see everything.
Yeah, okay.
Reasons is like taking you away from your true self, really. And you can't, if you're dating somebody, it's not about society, it's not about anything but you and that person. And
Right.
but let's
trying to be a motivational
let's be together because we actually like and love each other and we value each other as who each other are, regardless of the color. So
Oh God. Okay, Cynthia's back. Cynthia, is there anything else in here worth listening to? Are we done with this video?
No, it's not. But if you not in this one, because I didn't even watch the very, very end. I watched up until the part where he had baited her for a second time into talking about Black women. But the thing is, for Black men, dating white women isn't really worth it if unless they believe that white men or Black women are bothered by it. And that's why he keeps asking her to talk negatively about Black women. He needs to feel as though somehow Black women are taking an L because he chose to get with a white woman who in another video is going to be talking about how if she could be with the white man that she was with prior to him, she would still be with him.
What? Oh, I need links to that.
Yeah, there's a video. I just don't remember exactly which one it was, but there is a video where she was talking about a white man that she dated, and she glorified him and talked about how great of a guy he was and how the only reason why she wasn't still with him, I think, is because of they were in different locations. I think it was something to that effect.
Damn. Well. You know what? Let's sum up our thoughts on this all together because I'm not. Let me just. You know what? I'll skim to the very end of this and see if there's anything else in here.
All right, perfect. Now, Anna, good. It can lead to a long-term, full-time position, but you got to actually be good. You got to prove that you know what the fuck you're doing. All right, that's what it is.
What? Hold on.
1 hour.
God.
And we putting this shit out exactly as it is. I don't do too much editing. If somebody want a job, if you want to be my intern and prove that you can do a good job in editing video, you need to holler at me.
What?
It's GX85. There's one thing you do got to tell them in the end of the video.
All right, that's it. It sounds like they done ran out of stuff to say. Cynthia, Nyla, sum it up. Sum it up, please. This thing done creased my makeup. It done dried me out. Go ahead, let's hear.
So did you guys notice how unsubmissive she was and how aggressive her attitude was? And I think it's important to look at things like this because, number one, this white woman was very honest. She basically told him, look, if I'm getting with you, I'm essentially taking an L. Yeah. They don't see me as desirable anymore. They don't even want to be with me after finding out I was with you. And so it also shows that she has like an attitude of entitlement. She knows exactly how Black men view white women, and she's capitalizing off of it. And I think she knows the best deal that she's going to get is going to be with a Black man who's going to glorify her because she's not a hot commodity in her community. She just isn't. She's not like white men don't care about a white woman's whiteness. They don't really care about that. They're not going to uplift one white woman because she's whiter than the next one. She has to compete with all the other white women in the community. And this woman, like, would she really be able to compete against all of the other white women? in her community? Or would she be put as a basic whatever, nothing special? She's not special in her community. So she's over here with black men who elevate and glorify her.
Yeah, absolutely. Nyla? Oh, our thing ended. We ran out of time. Our thing ended. We ran out of time, so we have to we're at the end of the video anyway, so we've run out of time on that. So listen, I'm gonna read the apples and then we're gonna jump out of here. And we're gonna, you know what, I wanna come back and take some phone calls, but I need to eat first and see what's going. What's that now? All right, so let's read these apples that have come in about this boondoggle here. Angela sends 333 and said he is steady taking L's and don't even realize it. Exactly. Emma sends $5 and says that white woman looks like the white women who dated names that I don't even bother to say on my program. Who knows what those people look like? Who knows? But they, you know. And then PJ sends $5. Thank you, PJ, for the love. Thank you. And Sunny says she looks like the prerequisite to Johnny Bravo. They tell black women they're too promiscuous, but he asks to compare BM in bed to white men because the body count does not matter as long as she promotes the black man. How interesting. You know what? I didn't even realize that it's okay if they've been with and have enough of a resume to be able to compare, right? Yes, absolutely. And B sends she sends 2 pounds and says, can you believe this white woman has done TED Talks? What? TanyaTKO.com, click on contact and send me a link. I don't believe it. Is that why she's trying to be motivational at the end? Oh, Lord. I don't believe it. But send it to me if this is true. Let's see. How interesting. Listen, this was quite the broadcast. I appreciate all of you coming out. Oh, my goodness. That's for all the people who should have been blocked, I suppose. That's for all the people who should have been blocked. But yes, so welcome in. We're actually getting ready to get out of here. I appreciate all of you for coming through. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you coming through and sticking through this very, very long topic. There's almost 2,000 people on YouTube. There's 200 people on Facebook. Go ahead and throw those thumbs up and make sure that you know how to find my page again. I'm going to go grab something to eat and then I'm going to think about coming back and opening up the phone lines to discuss this because I want to hear your points of view. But there are 3 or 4 other videos that I wanted to make. But when we get into 3-hour videos, it's difficult to make more than one video in a day. But listen, on that note, should we do some Caribbean music or some funk music? Which one should we go out to? You know what? We'll do the funk. I don't know if I got enough to wind up the waist now in this one. Especially without eating. I'm going to be looking like her soon. Trying to chew on chocolates in the car to stave off my hunger for whatever reason. Hey! Okay. Listen, throw those boxing gloves in the air. Come on. You know there's always enough energy to get a little dance going. Come on. Hey. Listen, thank you all so much for coming out. Throw those boxing gloves up. Come on. Hey. Oh my Lord, this was quite the show today. I'm glad we reacted to all of this. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself and realizing that these people they're trying to trick you, black women. They're trying to trick you into you not seeing your worth. Meanwhile, they're over there copying and trying to imitate you. Hey! They're trying to imitate you, and they don't want you to know your worth. They want to try to talk about you. You know what I realized the other day? Remember when they had those Birth of a Nation and blackface type movies and stuff? I thought about how these people were making fun and mocking, and they were all sitting around laughing. But meanwhile, black people were the ones being mocked. Wasn't nothing funny there. And I thought about how so many of these black men make these movies with black women in it, like Rasputia and these repugnant type women, where everybody is laughing, but we're sitting there and ain't nothing really funny. And it's about time that we stop these woman face type videos or black woman face type videos from coming out with them trying to humiliate us with their masculineness and trying to portray some stupid stereotypes of us. But on that note, listen, I will see you all in the next video. Make sure that you are part of the text notification squad so that you can know, so that you can know when we come back out to do the rest of the videos today. And thank you so much to Nyla. Thank you to Cynthia G, who came out and made this broadcast even more dynamic. Throw those boxing gloves up in the air, y'all. Throw those boxing gloves up in the air, y'all. Throw them up in the air, y'all. Hey! Thank you all so much for coming out. Make sure that you subscribe to my other videos. Make sure you watch my other videos. Subscribe to the channel. These are my links over here. And I will see you all in the next broadcast. Make sure you go to Amazon and get my book right here. Search for Self-Love on Amazon, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Black women, know that you are the original. The blueprint. Yes.